Welcome to the first episode of 2025. That's right, guys. It's episode 75. We're in 2025. Happy New Year to all of you. Because I didn't get to say Happy New Year prior. Because, well, the show I had lined up, I unfortunately got sick. Yes. Let me tell you, it was wild. Stomach flu really did a number on me to the point that I canceled the show. I think you guys know I gotta be really sick to want to cancel the show, especially that my guest was Gabe, guys. Gabe, Lords of the Long Box, Covrprice. I didn't get to bring Gabe on for his first time. So, Gabe, if you're in the chat or if you're catching the replay, hopefully, we can get this lined up within this month. I would love to have Gabe on. We had a big show stacked and ready for you guys. A lot of harsh, big talks to have with you guys because, yes, the hot topics get spicy now. That's what we do. We're every week going to talk about the hot stuff. Tonight's topic, FOC, is pretty much centered around Free Comic Book Day. So we're going to talk about Free Comic Book Day, where it's at right now in 2025, how it's changed, just people speculating on it, books that have popped. We'll talk all that fun stuff. I'm curious to know what you guys think. How do you approach Free Comic Book Day now? Post-COVID especially. It's changed, guys. But anyways, we'll get into that. Guys, I don't know if you saw my Instagram. I got something cool. I want to shout out What ABD. It's a local comic shop not too far from my place. They actually had these, it's a blind pack of Ultimate Universe #1. So I'm going to show you guys very quickly. This is what it looks like. So inside is a trade paperback. This is from Panini, guys. Panini Comics in France, as you can see. So Panini Comics has a trade paperback, and inside this trade paperback gives us the Ultimate Universe stuff. So you have Ultimate Invasion, you've got Black Panther, Ultimate Black Panther, Ultimate Spider-Man, I think issue 1 and 2, a few other things. But what's cool about this blind pack, you have a chance at getting one of these covers. So as you can see, you've got the regular cover A, Sensational Spider-Man, you've got 2099, you have all the cool stuff, and you've got your rates right there. So you got like 15% chance of hitting this, 35% chance of that, 15 of the black suit, etc. So it's pretty cool. So I told you guys I'm gonna rip it open live on the stream. So let's do this, because I've had this sitting here wanting to know what is in this bag. So here we go. We're gonna pull it out. I'm not looking. I saw the back. I didn't see the front. We're gonna look together. All right, what do you think I got? Watch me get the cover A. Watch. It's the cover A. I knew that was going to be my odds. But hey, I'm happy with that. That's real cool, man. It's a neat trade paperback. Looking inside, you can see it's rather stacked. Yeah, there's Ultimate Spider-Man 1, 2. Yeah, pretty cool, man. I like this. So thank you, Boy, that day. Really cool. I think they have very few left. So if you're local here, you might want to hurry up and get one, because I might go back to get more. That's awesome. All right. Tonight's guest is one of the guys that I know who is most hyped every year when it comes to Free Comic Book Day. In fact, whenever it does come around, we end up chatting. He gives us the heads up on some of the books that, he's going to be picking up, why he's picking them up. So it's ideal to bring on such a gentleman tonight. He kicked off the channel with me. Let's kick off 2025. PACINO, what's going on?
What's going on? Happy New Year.
Thank you, sir. Happy New Year to you, man. Yo, did you took a break? You were off for what, 2 weeks?
2 weeks, yeah.
That's amazing, bro. Amazing. I went up north with the family. We got a little chalet. For those of you who don't know what that is, that's like, a place up in the mountains where you just rent a house or whatever it is, log cabin, call it whatever you want. But it was good, man. There was a jacuzzi, but with the kids. Well,
it's not a full holiday, right? With the kids.
Is it ever? Bro, my kids were off for 2 weeks, right? No school.
Yeah.
No school, no daycare, no nothing. My 3-year-old, I was putting him to bed just now before the show. He looks at me and he's like, Daddy, I can't go to school tomorrow. I don't feel good. I'm like, you're 3. You're starting this now, man. You're sick all of a sudden. Like, get out of here. You're going to school. I don't want to deal with you. You're going to daycare. I love you.
At least they went to sleep. My 2-year-old, with the holidays, her bedtime was like 11 o'clock some nights.
Yeah, same here, man. But we gradually got them back into routine. One thing I did in the holiday season, I know you did as well. I went to watch Sonic 3 twice in theaters. and illegally maybe 10 times with the kids
Yeah.
because we have the Fire Stick and we did our thing, and man, we watched that movie, yeah, 1,000 times. So good, so good.
Honestly, it's one of the only, I wouldn't say only, but it's a trilogy that gets better every time. Like the first one was good, the second one was better than the first, and the third is better than the second.
Yeah,
Not It's very rare you get the trilogies like that.
you're not wrong, man. We were actually talking about that over on Covrprice. Laura had asked me, name me, a sequel that's better than the first one. And the only thing that really came to my mind was Spider-Man 2, right? I feel like Spider-Man 2, Tobey Maguire, was better than the first one. My opinion, guys, to each their own. But yeah, I feel like 3 is the best one out of all 3 movies of Sonic.
Yeah.
And dude,
Well, Captain America probably comes close to that, right? Where Captain America 1, 2, and 3 is pretty solid, and it gets gradually a bit better every time.
Except I mean, look, Civil War, although labeled a Captain America movie,
it's not exactly.
For me, Winter Soldier is always
the number one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't think any movie of Captain
It's
America.
my favorite Marvel movie, period, not named Avengers.
Yeah, exactly. Now we also have Sam Wilson, Captain America. We have Brave New World that's coming out very soon.
Not so bad.
It looks good.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's going to have the chops to take on Winter Soldier.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Yes. Oh, Gabe, I see you in the chat, and this is yes. Toy Story 2 is much better.
But then 3 was 3 better than 2?
No, not even
close. That's what I'm saying. Like, see, Sonic 1, then 2, then 3 was better than 2, and I thought that was gonna be an achievement by itself.
Yeah,
2 was good. Sonic 2 was good.
Sonic 2 was good, but no, Sonic 3 takes it. What I will say,
stay for the end credits.
Stay
for the end credits.
End credits for sure, but if you played Sonic Adventure 2, you are gonna appreciate the movie very much. Very much. But anyways, enough about Sonic, enough about all the nerd stuff aside. I mean, we are talking nerd stuff regardless tonight, but let's say hi to the chat because I missed you guys. So there you go. Love for Comics is in the house. What's going on, brother? Appreciate you being here. You got Derek in the house. Happy Sunday to you. Happy New Year's. To all of you here in the chat. Alex, what's going on, brother? Appreciate you being here. Happy New Year to you, your family. You got Lefteros, who, guys, it's funny because, every week, FOC, we all look forward at Lefteros' posts, etc. The last 2 weeks were a little rough. There was not much going on, but Free Comic Book Day. I know you guys are probably like, what? Are we really looking at FOC for Free Comic Book Day? Yes. And you're going to understand why in just a minute. So hang tight, because we're going to get into all that fun stuff. You got JSS Brooklyn. What's going on, my brother? Appreciate you being here tonight. Comic Legion. Yes. I think I'm the only guy that has merch of Comic Legion. Yeah. They don't even have merch, bro. They don't even have merch. What's going on, guys?
They don't have merch. I have to wear my own shirt.
Yeah, that's what's going on. But Legion, what's going on? Appreciate you guys being here. We'll talk about Comic Legion in just a minute. In fact, they go live tomorrow night, Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time on their YouTube channel, where you can claim some of the new Comic Book Day books of the week that come out. And every week they have a special book that is ridiculously discounted. So if it's like one of those hot books of the week, man, rather than $7, they have it up there at like $4. They're cheap. You can pick it up. So if you're in Canada or even in the United States, like this gentleman, Michael Baker, who goes and tune in and cleans house because the American dollar is just that much better than the Canadian, well, there you go. He's a winner. But yes, welcome back. Thank you. Welcome back to you as well, because we've got Baker Shakers tonight, guys. You might want to stick around for them because Michael Baker brings the heat every week. And he did it again this week. So Derek is in the house. Derek, how's it going, brother? Appreciate you being here. Comic Nation is in the house. I need a Comic Nation t-shirt. That's what I need next. But shout out to Comic Nation, guys. If you're in the US, definitely go visit comicnation.us as well to get your pre-orders in. Tons of great stuff. Appreciate you, Comic Nation. Who else we got here? We got Paul in the 619, brother. Happy New Year to you. Paul's doing great things on his channel, guys. Go and subscribe. I haven't had the opportunity to watch like the last 2 weeks because holidays, kids home, everything's driving us bananas. But thank you so much for being here, Paul. I can't wait for Tuesday's show already. So I will be there. I'll try to be there live. If not, I'll catch the replay. Comic Ozzy, guys, one of the best Whatnot sellers in the game. I don't care what anybody says. I'm not into Whatnot, but on the selling point, best books on whatnot, go check out Kamikaze. He really has absolute fire coming at you nonstop. I see his Instagram posts. I'm like, dude,
but he has everything. He's so diverse. That's what's crazy about it. It's always different shit he's putting up.
I know. How do you sell some of those books? I'm looking at those keys he offloads, but then it makes sense because you see he gets back a new key for his collection that obviously means more to him. And there's nothing wrong with that, guys. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. Gabe, I'm taking you up on this. We will reschedule, sir, because I was so pumped and then heartbroken at the same time. I was sitting on my toilet bowl crying, bro, like a little baby, Steph's Comics in the house. Steph, what's going on? He hit me up for the trade paperback, so definitely, I know you're a local boy. Go check it out, man. It's pretty cool. Look, I'm not pumping it because I make commission. I don't. I just think it's cool. It's neat. I bought this copy. They didn't give it to me, so there's no shameless plugs. It's just pretty cool. So yeah, stomach bug would not have stopped me. I streamed from the toilet, dude. It would have been brutal. You guys would have seen me with the sweats and other things that you don't want to see. So yeah, dude, it wouldn't shock me if Gabe went live from the toilet. That's all I'm gonna say, man. No surprise. Ben's in the house. Ben, how's it going, brother? Appreciate you being here. You got Scotty in the house. Scotty, dude, what's going on, Scotty? Appreciate you being here. Happy New Year. Yes. I got the cover A. Hey, look, 35% chance. It's not like I'm going to play the lotto anyways. Every time I do, I lose. So, bro, I don't even win free tickets. Do you win free tickets?
Yeah, usually.
Why you got to flex like that in front of me, bro? That's not cool.
But then it keeps stringing me along. Free ticket. Then it's like, fuck you, here's nothing.
Yeah. Gabe, it's actually printed in French. So, as you can see, I think, here, I'll just pull up a random page. It kicks off with the month of January for Ultimate Spider-Man, and you can see it says Janvier. So
it's what, the first 5 issues?
No. So for Ultimate Spider-Man, you have the first 2 issues, but then you have Ultimate Invasion, you have Ultimate Black Panther. Unfortunately, there's the Ultimate X-Men, which I'm not a fan of, but
okay, so it's like all the firsts from the universe. Okay.
Yeah, if you want to be up to date, or it's a good jumping point, right? If you want to pick up the trade paperbacks afterwards and continue, there's nothing wrong with that. Comics, whatever it may be, but yeah, pretty cool. Sam's in the house. Yes, when it's free, PACINO is there always at 100%. So yes, thank you, Sam, for being here. The love of my life, who I got to hang out with for 2 weeks straight. It was amazing. We had a great time. I could have been better. But no, we held it down. She held it down. She really took care of us, man. Like, dude, you ever go on vacation and pack your own shit? No, right? Like, the wife really takes care of everything. Like, she thinks of things that come up so clutch at moments where you're like,
always.
I would have never even thought of packing that. So thank you so much. But yeah, so shout out to her, love her.
And over there, it's like you're in the middle of nowhere. It's like a 20-minute drive just to get back to like any pharmacy or something quick that you need.
Yeah, you want a pharmacy, you end up finding like fucking 3 peppers, lettuce, and like a watermelon on the side of the road. That's all you have over there. There's not much, and like 18,000 logs of wood. That's it. That's all.
And they overcharge for all those shits.
Yeah, Mont Tremblant. No, it was actually Shirtsy.
Oh, Shirtsy.
Cool.
Okay,
yeah, pretty cool. Trek Wars is in the house, guys. Trek Wars doing their thing as well. Podcast. Go check it out, guys. I want everybody to subscribe to Trek Wars Comics. Great start to the channel. You got Dan Delatorre in the house. What's going on, Dan, brother? Appreciate you being here. Dan looks great, and I appreciate him being here. I don't know. Like I said, he's gotten healthy. He doesn't even look like Dan Delatorre anymore. There was a time where Dan Delatorre...
He's not falling asleep on streams anymore.
No, unfortunately he's not. In fact, if you're wondering exactly what he's talking about, PACINO, here you go.
That's no issue. I have no issue, with different people's skill levels. I've been owned by people a lot stronger than I was. But the one thing is, don't rage quit. That's the only thing that that's like a known in the fighting community. So
we're losing Dan.
That's kind of like a background to this clip. So Seth, you could probably roll the clip, and we'll get started.
Dan's eyes are glossing over.
We were losing Dan for a second.
He's a teabag.
I'm still here.
Dan Torre is forever a legend. One of my favorite moments ever I've had on YouTube. Dan, I love you. Thank you so much for being here. Chucky's in the house. Chucky, how's it going, brother? Appreciate you being here. Got
In his
Peter in the house.
defense, though, in his defense, when Hyper goes on those tangents, me too. My eyes start to get glassy.
Well, when Hyper keeps talking like that, who doesn't want to fall asleep? What's going on, Chia? Appreciate you being here. You got Derek, who's in the house. You got Linman in the house. North 49 in the house. Guys, everybody's showing up for New Year, and I appreciate you guys for coming to swing by to hang out. Phil's in the house. Appreciate you being here as well. Yeah, you're all seeing that. Yeah, oh, BC, you're killing me. I'm sorry, bro. It was great, though. It's forever my favorite moment on YouTube, so thank you so much. All right, guys, let's get into FOC. We're going to talk some of these free comic book day books because, yes, FOC, well, there's not really much going on outside of that. So, PACINO, I know you're ready, but I'm going to ask, you ready?
Let's do it.
Oh, yeah. Salute. All right. Free comic book day selections of the week, of the year, apparently. But guys, hang tight because, yes, we're going to run through some free comic book day selections, FOC selections by Lefteros for this week, but there will be more books that will hit FOC relatively soon, right? We haven't seen much on DC side, so hang tight and there's more things coming, but this is going to be rather informative, so I appreciate Lefteros for putting this together. But guys, if you want to order any of these books, I suggest you do so immediately after the show because I believe it's going to cut off as of midnight tonight or early tomorrow morning, but regardless, Lefteros bringing the fire. Comic Nation, if you're in the United States, go visit comicnation.us. You get 20% off, 15% off of the cover price, where you can get an additional 5% off by using discount code Black Crown. And if you're in Canada, well, go visit Comic Legion, where you have 20% off already on cover price. But if it's your first order, well, you can get an additional 5% off by using discount code ENLIST. Again, comiclegion.ca. PACINO, first book this week. Amazing Spider-Man Ultimate Universe #1. This is for Free Comic Book Day 2025, guys. This is the prologue to the upcoming Summer 2025 Marvel Ultimate Universe event that's coming our way. So, yes, I'm invested in the Ultimate Universe stuff, as you can see. Yeah, I don't even collect trade paperbacks, but here I am buying this one. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm invested. Totally going to pick this up. It's a no-brainer. No-brainer for me. Yeah. Are you picking it up?
100%. I think I ordered 3 or 5 of these. I know they're going to be pretty much at every shop because the ASM ones are printed into oblivion, that's for sure. But if we're getting that incursion between the Ultimate Universe and another universe, it's going to be pretty exciting, that's for sure.
Yep, exactly, man. And you know what? Just to highlight Gabe's comment, I do agree that, well, peak Free Comic Book Day, there is so much good stuff that's on the list this week, this year, sorry. And this is only the beginning. So here you have Amazing Spider-Man Ultimate Universe #1. Up next, Black Mirror #1. So I know a lot of people really enjoyed Black Mirror.
I love the show.
Yeah, first comic book based on the Black Mirror Netflix show, which is pretty cool. Now here, it's not the final cover, but you know what? If this was the final cover, man, I'd rock with this. I hope it is.
I want this to be the cover. That's 100% correct.
Yeah, dude, it's badass. You watched Black Mirror?
I loved it.
Yeah,
I love it. I just like the whole point that every episode is its own thing, and it shows you how like technology just fucks over mankind in the end, or the main character. I love it. I'm definitely picking up, I think, like 10 of these.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
it's free.
And I really hope the cover stays like this. It's great.
Agreed, dude. And look, it's Free Comic Book Day. You know these are going to be handled poorly. They're going to be just taken from
back and forth. There's nothing thrown in a box. Here we go.
Yeah,
but you have to be careful because some years, especially this year, they're starting something new where certain series, I remember before, it all came in bundles of 20, right? So if you order one as a shop, you get 20.
Yeah.
Certain books don't come in bundles. They order individual. So if you order 12, you get 12.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the first time I hear that.
It's really weird this year how they do it, because when you even look at it on previews, it says individual or something. And then these ones would say bundle of 20.
Yeah, because sometimes you'll see the PI and then it'll say example.
That's right.
Yeah. But yeah, very interesting. Lefteros sharing something rather interesting, guys. If you're in the US, go visit comicnation.us because they're offering 5 free comic book day books on pre-order. So you can pre-order these books as we're going through this list. I mean, it's free. It's going to be bagged and boarded, so why not? But yeah, I like this Black Mirror. I hope the cover stays the same. I like it, but even if it doesn't, I'm sure they're going to come up with something wicked. So that's cool. But all right, up next, I think a lot of people care about this. We already see Classified in the background right there. Energon Universe 2025 special. Solicitation states that this issue will include huge revelations. So I'm curious to know what kind of revelations. Free Comic Book Day, most of the time we try to use this opportunity to reel in new readers, and I ain't a new reader, and I'm very intrigued.
Or it's a reprint of like the first issue to pull people back in, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Another wicked thing here, Leftero's dropping more because free Comic Book Day pre-orders in Canada for comiclegion.ca, I believe. Go visit because they're giving away 8 free Comic Book Day pre-orders, but use discount code Free Comic Book Day to get those books locked in.
Yeah,
and it's free. Pick it up. Why not, man? But I'm picking this up 100%. I'm curious.
I'm curious where they go with the story too, because I really liked last year's too with the Megatron cover.
Yeah, that was sick.
In terms of spec, it wasn't crazy, but it was just a beautiful cover. But I'm really wondering where the huge reveal is going to be, or where they're pushing the story towards. So definitely picking up a few of these also.
Guys, you heard him say spec. You heard him talk Free Comic Book Day. We will talk about that in the Hot Topics because, yes, that is a thing. But Godzilla, New Heroes, #1. I love this. The cover is wicked, by the way. Like, for a Free Comic Book Day book, like, this is a sick cover. First look at IDW's new Godzilla universe. So, yeah, sign me up. Godzilla, New Heroes, #1. No-brainer. Automatic pickup. Not much more to say. Okay, so discount code for Comic Legion is for all time. There you go. That's cool. Gabe is saying that Ryan Ottley art in the last Transformers Free Comic Book Day was beautiful. Yeah, dude, it was insane. Absolutely insane. Yeah. So I'm curious what the classified is behind that. You know what I mean? I want to see what's going to be the big reveal come Free Comic Book Day. But again, another cool book that I'm going to pick up this year for sure is Godzilla New Heroes #1. It's free. It's free.
It's just a cover buy for me, strictly.
No, I'm also curious. I want to see what it's about, man. But IDW Dark. Find your new fear. #1. Free Comic Book Day 2025. Exclusive first look at the new IDW Dark imprint. Yeah. Now, this is cool. Again, I still feel a certain way about the logo. The logo always throws me off. But as you can see, the Free Comic Book Day logo at the top right there on the top right is red because this is for mature audiences, guys. So I wish I knew that a little earlier in my collecting life because I took my oldest son, who at the time was probably 3 years old, to a comic book shop. And dads tend to do that because each individual gets a certain amount of books.
That's right.
Now, what issue do you think he went to open? Take a guess.
Definitely wasn't a Sonic book if you're saying it was a red cover.
Yeah, no, he went to open The Boys. And which page did he get?
The Hero Gasm one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's top.
Yeah. So there you go, man. That was
that's when you give him, yes, sir.
Yeah, I wanted to give him a props, but at the same time, I had to put on my dad hat and be
like, yeah, no, for sure.
But yeah, so that's exactly it. So guys, very cool, very cool. IDW Dark, find your new fear. Basically, going to show us the new IDW Dark imprint. I love this. I hope that's not the case. It's never been spoken of ever since. I don't think he remembers. So let's leave it like that. If one day he comes back to watch the replays on my shows, which I highly doubt, maybe he'll know as of then. Or we'll share this story.
Or get a deja vu in 20 years. Like, well, I've seen this somewhere before.
Yeah, exactly. He's gonna be in my PC and be like, wait, this looks familiar. Hold on. Why are the pages sticky? What's going on? But yeah, anyways, let's keep it rolling, guys. Let's keep it rolling. We have Ironheart, Marvel Voices #1. Now, introduction of a brand new Ghost Rider. I was speaking with Lefteros, and based on the solicitation, I'm not too sure if it's gonna be a brand new Ghost Rider or it's basically just gonna be reprint of like the Phantasma that we got.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
It could be just that. Regardless, Marvel voices, I always enjoy the reads of Marvel voices. Some, I would say maybe there was like one or two that I didn't care too much about,
Yeah.
but for Free Comic Book Day, why not? Why not? But anyways, let's keep it rolling. This,
Yeah.
let's talk about this. I know you guys are looking at us like, what are you showing us? Well, it's pretty cool because Iron Man and his awesome friends, Spidey and his amazing friends. Now, this is the type of book my kid should be going for, and he does. Let me tell you, I have stacks of
Yeah.
every single issue, even the Halloween ones that has ever
That's
come
right.
out for Spidey and his amazing friends. You get a lot of first appearances of these characters. Now,
Yeah.
my kids are high on this stuff. They love Spidey and his amazing friends. I think they've watched every single episode in existence. I always laugh because the theme song is sung by the singer of Fall Out Boy.
Yeah.
And my wife hates Fall Out Boy.
For
Absolutely.
real?
If
I
she
actually
can't-
like Fall Out Boy.
I love Fall Out Boy.
Yeah.
So like every time
I think they're one of the better bands in that whole genre in those years for sure.
oh dude.
I have them up there.
Yeah, they're great. They're great. But regardless, the actual book itself, now it's giving us the introduction of characters from the forthcoming Iron Man and his awesome friends animated series. Now, that means we're going to see new characters as well within this issue. And as you could see, and Pacino was mentioning as well backstage, if you look to the top right, you see the number 1 because that's for Iron Man and his awesome friends. And then at the bottom, for Spidey and his amazing friends, you have number 3. So the 2 stories, there's your numbers for the issues. And yeah, I'm in.
It's the third one they do. I think that's what it means, right?
Yeah.
It's the third amazing for Free Comic Book Day, anyways.
Correct.
And it's gonna be the first Iron Man. So
yeah, exactly. And I agree with Lefteros. Great book to pre-order for little ones. There are a couple. Yeah, there are. Meanwhile, I'm ordering stacks for myself as well because when those little ones grow up, they may need a nostalgia hit, and that's exactly what's happening to people like us.
And the show does really well too, number-wise, like views. It does pretty well.
Look, I never complain when they put it on. It's actually really fun to watch. So yeah, pretty good book to pick up for Free Comic Book Day. Another one, and it's a big one. Pacino, you're gonna have to take this one away, but allow me to try and pronounce this. It's Covrprice.
Yeah,
it couldn't sound more Italian instead of like the opposite direction. Boruto 2 Blue Vortex number 1, first standard format comic book featuring Covrprice. Now, I have no idea. I'm not into the whole manga stuff or the anime stuff. Anime to a certain degree. I'm not hardcore. I'm the basic white girl when it comes to watching manga stuff, right? You know what I'm talking about. Like, I'm gonna be watching Naruto. I grew up watching Digimon. I grew up watching all of that stuff. But Dragon Ball, take this away because you're going heavy on this.
I'm going heavy on this. This I read a few pages of the manga to try to get an idea from it when it first came out, and it's good. Honestly, it's very, very good. I think it's going to be one of the better new shows coming out because there's always like a top 3 every year, and this one's definitely cracking that top 3.
Yeah,
and there was a huge bidding war for the rights to turn this into an anime. And a smaller, well, I wouldn't say a smaller, but not your big 3 like Mappa or I forgot the other one. They didn't get it, so they went with a smaller studios. I'm guessing so they can devote 100% of their efforts into making this right, like correctly done. And honestly, I think it's going to be big. I think it's going to be like, it's hard to say. It's not going to be like One Punch Man Free Comic Book Day big because now they're printed like crazy. But I can see this easily going up to between $10-15 easy.
Yeah. No, look, you sold me on this.
It's like the solo leveling one I told everyone to pick up. I think it was it last year or the year before that?
No, I think it was last year.
No, I think last year was the RuneScape and the other ones. I think it was the year before that.
Sorry, you're right. RuneScape last year. You know what's another one that I was surprised didn't pop off? Initial D. I don't know if you guys remember Initial D.
I have that one.
Dude,
I love that one. Yeah.
Where I'm from, I live in Laval. Laval had an arcade.
That's right.
It's called 222.
I remember.
The OGs know what I'm talking about. I was at that place every weekend, smashing that arcade of Initial D. You had a card, right?
The
You had
card,
a
right?
pin.
Put your card on it, yeah.
You had to put a pin number.
That's
you would
right.
get your card.
And you
had to
upgrade
modify.
and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, you were getting parts for your car. You were going
Yeah.
back. Initial D was great.
Yeah.
And I was surprised that book didn't pop off, man.
I'm
But
surprised the One Piece book hasn't popped off like crazy yet. It's still like $5, which look, for a free comic book day, if you're getting $5 for it, it's like, for me, I think of it as a new comic book day hitting $15.
Yeah.
Because things are like $1 something now with the exchange. So
well, yeah, and look, like I said, we will talk about some of that afterwards, like how.
And by the way, don't skip on the Boruto Blue Vortex, because the Boruto series was pretty shit, but they rebooted the whole thing with like a sort of time skip.
Yeah.
In the Blue Vortex, where he becomes like two characters swaps places, and he becomes more of like a rogue ninja. Like it's honestly it's pretty good.
Yeah.
So you're getting 2 for 1 in this one. So
there you go. So I'll take that info. I'm totally gonna get this. Thank you for sharing the information. You sold me on it.
That's pretty solid.
Saying, FYI, a free comic book day, One Piece sold for $80 US in a CGC 98. So there you have that.
That's solid.
Yeah, but we're going to talk some other books as well later on that have done very well on the secondary market. So totally picking this up thanks to you, PACINO. So thank you for that. Now, Keen Spot has had an absolutely explosive 2024, and you could thank Mark Spears for that because Mark Spears' Monsters did insanely well, still doing well, still crushing it on top 10 lists, cover price, you name it. But Keen Spot's got Toy Box Special number 1 that's coming out as well. Introduction of an all-new property with an animated series in the works. So already there's an animated series in the works for this one. You might want to pick it up. What do you have to lose? It's a free book. Or some shops do charge, right? There's some shops that may charge $1, whatever.
Yeah, well, shops give you like 2 or 3 for free, and then they charge you per each.
Yeah, exactly.
Comic League is pretty generous with 8, so
yeah. Durs, what's going on, brother? Appreciate you being here. I got the most basic one. Durs, I'm so sorry. I didn't do anything impressive tonight. All I got was the basic cover A. That's what I got. But yeah, hey, it's still a Panini. I love Paninis.
Yeah, Panini
in
press.
comic form and in food, so I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it, man. Yo, Steve, Hip Hop's and me. What's going on, brother? Team Nerd Herd's in the house. Steve, I appreciate you being here. We got Harry in the house as well, man. Warehouse sales, dude. You went. I've yet to go, but warehouse sales here in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, guys. Absolute fire. The books look insane. I get to tune in live because they also have a YouTube channel where they end up, doing sales as well. So you might want to check that out. Really, really cool. Harry, if you want, drop the link for your YouTube channel where you
do on Saturdays at 2 usually.
Yeah. They're saying it's still a heater, bro. I can't believe you ripped it. I did. I'm gonna go back for more. The shop has more. I swear to God, I'm gonna go pick up some more because now I want to get the other covers. But anyways, Keen Spot. Let's get back to Keen Spot because not only do they have the Toy Box Special number 1, they've also got Mark Spears Monsters issue 0, all new monster story by Mark Spears. So this is apparently going to be an all new story for this free comic book day, which is really neat. I know everybody's been going crazy, especially for Mark Spears covers in general.
Imagine getting one for free.
Yeah, the Monster series has done absolutely amazing. I love, some of the stickers on here. Be kind, please rewind. I love the horror label at the top. New arrival stereo. It's just amazing. Very well done. I like this. Easy, no brainer.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything more to say. This is a pickup.
Yeah. Mike Spears has been blowing up, that's for sure. And get a cover for him for free.
Yeah, exactly.
Who's not gonna?
Yeah. Yo, Amadi's in the house. Mehdi, what's going on, brother? Appreciate you being here, man. Don't worry. Better late than never. Exactly. I appreciate you being here regardless.
But again, for a lot of these books, I'm more on the pre-order side than going to certain shops that they have. Because like I said, some series, I forgot which ones exactly. It's the shop has to order individually. So make sure you secure one for yourself and then you go to shops that they have.
Yeah, exactly. Just lock one down. Nerdy Geek saying, and shout out Nerdy Geek, appreciate you being here. I'm loving the read of Monsters, and that's something I feel like not enough people are talking about, man. You guys, the story inside is great. The art is great. There's one particular page from the first issue that I have saved. Whenever somebody says something that is demonic or out of line, I send it to them. It's the one of the priest. But yeah, it's really good.
I know
Really
exactly what you're talking about.
yeah. So yeah, you might want to pick one up. That's all I'm gonna say. Hyper Combo Comics is in the house. What's going on, Hyper? Got Nostra Venom as well, who's here. Yo, any Venom tonight? We'll talk some Venom. We're gonna have fun in the hot topics portion of the show. But guys, we have a bit more coming. We have Tower Dungeon and is it Isak or
I believe it's Isak, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, anyways, introduction of 2 new action manga before they officially arrive in stores. So
That's right.
Again, this is totally out of my comfort zone, not something I'm familiar with. But
I haven't read the manga while it's not out yet, right? But it doesn't hurt to lock a few down. You never know with these series. They tend to do pretty well on the secondary market.
Yeah, and like you said, this
and
is
story-wise, I read one and I get to know if it's a series I'm gonna look into when it does come out.
Yeah. Gabe, look, he's saying it as well. Never hear about the story in Monster. It's actually good. So yeah, man, I think people need to start talking a little bit about that too. Don't get me wrong, Mark Spears is great. I'll be the guy to say it. Great work. Is it my favorite? No, it's not. It's not enough to be paying some of the premiums, although there are some things I can understand as to why, especially when it comes to the Kickstarter stuff. That is a little more harder to get. But some of these books that have popped, I've been puzzled. I will say I've been puzzled. But I'll leave it at that. But anyways, cool book here. Now, up next, we have Star Wars #1. This is the first appearance of Corliss Wrath. Forget all that. I think Phil Noto did a sick cover for a free comic book day.
Yeah.
Star Wars book. I love this.
But I think he does one every year, though, and they've all been fired. They have like that old school feel to it. They're actually really well done.
Yeah, I like this a lot, man. I'm not the biggest Star Wars guy. But
Me neither.
Yeah, this is amazing. Gabe telling me to give manga a try. I think I will, dude. They are eating U.S. comics.
Bro, eating.
Yeah.
Eating is not even the right word. That's being generous.
Yeah, they're pulling up to the table like Kirby. But yeah, no, manga is a whole other monster, dude.
Yeah,
like,
it's crazy.
I think that's a conversation we could have eventually at one point. But yeah, we know that manga is just massive compared to comics.
It's more of a worldwide thing than comics, right?
Well, look, comics is still worldwide. The only thing is it's a little more...
But it's not heavily pushed in like places like Japan, and where manga is being pushed here from Japan, and a lot of more readers in different parts of the world prefer more trade paperbacks than they do the traditional one comic.
Yeah, for sure. But anyways, Star Wars #1, first appearance of Corliss Wrath. I think this is a neat cover. So yeah, picking this up.
Star Wars books do very well on the secondary market on Free Comic Book Day. If you look at a lot of the old Free Comic Book Days and you look at all this, like the highest valued ones, there's a lot of Star Wars up there.
Yeah,
and we're on with picking those up.
One that I know my kids are going to want for sure is the Young Jedi Adventures right here. And it's also got Avatar #1 in here. So first cover appearance of Kai Brightstar, Lai Soleil, Nash Durango, and RJ83.
Yeah.
These are the characters that my kid absolutely loves. You want to pick this up if you're into the Young Jedi stuff, or if you've got kids, or hey, even if you don't got kids and you just want to pick this up for your own sake. Nothing wrong with that. Young Jedi Adventures is a wonderful animated for the kids, and even myself, I get into it every now and then. Like I'm watching it, and I'm like, man, this is pretty cool.
It's pretty good, yeah. I read the one from last year, and they didn't have like the Jedi characters on them. It had just like the backup characters, if you want to call it. But this one definitely is a pickup for sure.
No, Harry, if you want, you could claim PACINO. He's all yours for tonight. And yeah, that's all we've got available for tonight. But like I was saying, I think
Avatar is great. Honestly, this is it's really good.
Didn't Avatar also have a combined story with Star Wars in the? I feel like it was like
that's right. I think even last year there was a Legend of Korra one, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's not the first time, so I'm not specking on like a first appearance or anything. But I love me some Avatar.
Yeah, dude, Nubs is the bomb.
Nubs,
Who
yeah,
doesn't love Nubs?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, man, it's amazing, man, for the kids and for ourselves. But anyways, up next, guys, again, it's literally telling us on the cover, Transformers Worst Bought Ever Special Free Comic Book Day 2025, first appearance of Ballpoint,
A
special advanced look at Family Force V. Now, talking about the first character, as you can see on the cover, it literally says first appearance of
pen.
Ballpoint. So like everybody's pointing at
Pen is a
Ballpoint.
pen.
And I love that about the cover. I kind of like how they just like have fun with this, and it's like, yep, Ballpoint first appearance, pretty cool. But yeah,
And it's almost like that Wolverine cover, right? Where he's in the.
yeah,
But it's
yeah,
great. Honestly, I like this book too.
yeah, for sure. Mark Robinson saying, I like Spears' art, but I will have to see a few more non-monster books of his jump in value. Right now, it's only 2 Superman titles and the Thundercats title. Yeah, back to the Mark Spears talk, and I appreciate you bringing it up. There's other ones. Like, dude, I just picked up the Spawn book of Mark Spears, and the covers are gorgeous. It's absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
But no heat behind that on the secondary market. So at least. But anyways, Transformers Worst Bought Ever Special. I dig this. Totally picking it up. Now, if you guys want to pick up any of these awesome books, well, your shop should have them for Free Comic Book Day, but if you want to have the opportunity to get them in advance, go visit comicnation.us if you're in the United States. They have a discount code right now, Free Comic Book Day, so you just write FCBD, and you can get yourself 5 free books. Now, lock them down so you don't have to leave, or, maybe there's some you don't think your shop is even going to bother getting for Free Comic Book Day. Why not? And if you're in Canada, well, you can do the same, but just use a different discount code, and it's for all time. You get 8 books, and yeah, again, now's your time. Please do yourselves a favor as well. Go subscribe to Covrprice over on YouTube, because guys, every week the crew is going live. Oftentimes, in fact, tomorrow we're going to be doing the year-end wrap-up, looking at 2024 as a whole over on Covrprice. Some of the books in 2024, talking about everything comic related 2024. So you might want to check that out. Then on Tuesday nights, Top 10 it goes live. And on Thursday nights, the Covrprice Shakers, which I'm no longer part of because, well, I'm just not there. There's no reason, guys. There's no reason. But yeah, man, go check it out. Subscribe. Go visit the website. You're gonna enjoy yourself over on the website. Tons of content as well. And for myself, yeah, look, now I'm part of that slide. Just hit the subscribe button if it's your first time here. Show some love. And I also want to show you guys one last thing, because yes, although we went through some of the FOC stuff, this Free Comic Book Day stuff, you could also go visit, like I said, over on Covrprice's website. They have the final order cutoff with the extended article written by our friend here in the chat, Lefteros. As you can see, there's tons more books that are being discussed as well within the article. So it doesn't end just here with this show. You can see more stuff as well. So lots of cool things. I agree with the majority of these, bro. That's neat. Yeah, Return of the Living Dead issue number 2. No brainer. Pick it up. Or number 1's already starting to do its thing. But yeah, this is an absolute pickup. Tons of great stuff. The Silverhawks, everybody I think is looking at this one. 100% going to be wanting to pick it up. I see everybody pre-ordering. I wouldn't be surprised if this does well in the secondary market as well. We shall see. Oh, look at that. Another one by Mark Spears. Thundercats, issue 12. But anyways, I don't want to spoil it all. Go visit the website, guys. Go enjoy. Go enjoy. Covrprice website's a great place to be. Now, we're going to get into the marketplace. The market reports. Marketplace, bro. We're going to start shopping for everybody. Come on. But yes, we're going to get into the market reports. We're going to go over some of the books that sold within the last week. So, PACINO, you ready?
Let's do it.
Vamos. All right, guys. Market reports. Talking some of the books that sold this week.
With the Christmas money, right?
Oh, dude, the Christmas money was flowing. But you know what, man? I feel like the week before.
Yeah.
It was bigger, man. And unfortunately, I couldn't go live on Sunday. I was so pissed because there was so many books.
The week before, there was like some crazy jumps in some. I'm closer to the Pokemon market personally in the cards, and it's been exploding.
Yeah. Then I didn't even realize the punny that I made there. No brainer. But yeah, so back to market report. We're looking at all lists across the board, looking at all, Instagram posts. I see many people posting some great sales that take place within the week. So of course, looking at that, but most importantly, the Baker Shakers. Yes, Michael Baker, longtime friend, who DMs me every single day with wonderful sales that take place over on eBay and other places as well. So let's see what's sold this week. Spawn number 7. Surprisingly not a Baker Shaker, but this is the newsstand copy. It's actually the first cover that Todd McFarlane forgot to sign. So if you guys look at the image, the cover here of Spawn issue 7, there's no Todd McFarlane signature. So a lot of people who have copies of Spawn 7, I guess, in great conditions, tend to, bring it to Todd McFarlane for signings and stuff like that, because you get a Todd McFarlane signature on this cover. The Bad Boy sold in a CGC 98 for $500 US. Was a cover price daily shaker. This is a top sale for this book.
That's insane. That's a lot. I understand the black cover where it being a lot harder to get that 9.8, but that's a hell of a premium for that book.
Yeah, it's nuts, dude. Absolutely nuts. But look, the newsstand premiums, as we say, we say this every week.
It's insane.
To
get a black cover, newsstand, and a 9.8, it's just a triple threat that I think any book is going to be like $400 USD minimum.
Yeah. Baker's saying he hates the newsstand on this one because the barcode ruins the artwork on a Spawn cover.
Relax, it's like the tiniest little bit of the tape.
But I do agree. Like, I think it looks better without. But what I will say, and yes, I agree with Gabe as well, the Spawn 7 cover is just awesome. And bro, it screams 90s, man. 100%. Spawn with the guns, it's just badass.
Guns, flames, everything, chains.
Yeah, I love this, man. Ozzy's saying, wow, newsstand issue 1 is this price. Yikes. So there you go, man. Yeah.
Yeah, but also that was printed into like 2 million.
Yeah. Easily one of the most printed books of all time. But
maybe not the newsstand, but yeah.
But Spawn 7 newsstand, first cover that Todd McFarlane forgot to sign. I think it's pretty cool. Love this CGC 98, $500 US. Hey, make of it what you will about that price tag with this book. I think it's too much. I wouldn't pay that. But yeah, Callie, what's going on, brother? Appreciate you being here in the chat. Let's go on to the next book, Pacino, because up next we got Sam Wilson, Captain America #1. This just dropped, bro. The 1-in-100 ratio cover by Torin Clark. Raw near mint, $225 US. Cover price daily shaker. This is raw, guys. This is not a 9.8. It was $225. Very impressive sale. I understand, especially with the movie coming,
with the Red Hulk in the background and everything. Yeah,
it's nice.
But usually you tend to see 1-in-100s, like pre-orders tend to go around like double the ratio value, right? Depends if it's not a big series, but to keep this up after release is pretty insane.
Yeah, dude.
Usually they drop to about cover like $100. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's what I'm getting at is immediately after drop, right? You're seeing this incredible spike in price.
Yeah, it's crazy.
$225 US, dude. This is not Canadian, so this is Canadian. Like this is well over 300.
Yeah.
Gabe, this was released on January 1st, I believe. So yeah, literally last Wednesday.
Yeah.
So seeing this immediate spike on the book, again, I get the hype behind the movie. I will say, if you could get this signed by Harrison Ford, or you can get it signed, yeah, it would look great. But
how many of these were made? Is anyone really ordering that? Okay, it's a #1. It might be more than like a random number 2 or 3, right? But I don't think it's a series everyone started jumping on, right?
No, exactly.
But it was a low F. It's hard to say. I don't think there's many of them.
Yeah, Baker's saying this drops under 100.
Maybe.
Yeah. After the movie comes out. Gabe saying hold, meaning hold on for buying. Don't hold. If you have a copy, you might want to sell it now because
100%.
But anyways, let's keep it rolling because up next, I like X-Men 186. This is a Canadian price variant. The Canadians made the board. If only we could have done so in the World Hockey Juniors, but we didn't. And the first cover appearance of Forge, which is pretty cool. CGC 98 selling at $200 US. Cover price daily shaker, but this is nuts because this book I have picked up countless times in like $2 and $3.
Yeah, I've seen this book plenty of times. Yeah,
yeah, like it's a book that anytime I see selling for a premium, I get puzzled because I've always seen this for dirt cheap. But here you have the newsstand, well, Canadian price variant.
Price, so it's a bit rarer. In the 9.8, I've seen a lot of the direct versions for sure, like super cheap in decent grade too, right? So
yeah.
But I'm surprised that this didn't pick up after X-Men 97, and it's just starting to pick up now.
Well, I wouldn't even say it's picking up, dude, because this really boils down to the fact it's a Canadian price variant.
Yeah,
there's really nothing else. Because as I said, this is a book you come across thousands of times. I wouldn't be surprised. I've picked up so many copies of this. I probably have a CPV in my collection. I wouldn't be surprised.
They weren't that crazy to begin with, and like especially in these numbers here, close to 200s.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's being in Canada also.
Yeah, Alex, I agree with you. I think the price is bananas, but again, 9.8 CPV.
The Americans paying that premium.
Probably. They love us Canadians, but no, I don't think that's what it is, man. Very interesting. Interesting. $200 US for a CGC 9.8 of X-Men 186. Now, check this because we're talking X-Men, Uncanny X-Men #1. This was the Fan Expo Canada 2024 exclusive cover done by Art Germ. Yeah. Now, yes, it's a very peachy cover, the way we all want to see Rogue, of course, but I have a copy, thanks to Comic Legion. It actually was Chia Pet, who went to Fan Expo, picked me up a Virgin cover, and then there was Jason, who picked me up a trade as well. So shout out to both of you guys. I really appreciate it.
You got the Savage one too, didn't you?
No, I only got this one.
Okay.
Yeah, I got this one, but CGC 9.8 of this, $177.50 US. Cover price daily shaker. This hits a high, and this is just in a blue label. So, you know, my copy is signed. I'm kind of tempted now to like send this in. I would have a hard time letting it go because I really like the cover. I think Art Jim did a wonderful job.
I regret not picking this up. I regret not asking Chia to pick me one up. It's honestly, it's fire.
Yeah, no, it's gorgeous. It's absolutely. You know what? I will say that it looks even better in person. What you're seeing here in photo, I think in person it really pops more. The signature. Shout out to Chia because he got me a signed copy where he signed right above her ass in pink, which really pops with the you know the glow,
the hand power.
Yeah, it's just so good. Beautiful book. I'm not the biggest exclusive collector, but I think Art Germ absolutely crushed it. Fan Expo, this is a beautiful book to have. CGC 9.8, $177.50 US. It's already up there in price, man, and we'll see if this holds, man.
Which is not bad. It's not a terrible price, right? It was a Fan Expo exclusive, so you're looking at what, $30 already, and then to get the signature, maybe whatever it is, $5-10. Then you want to get it to send it to CGC, which is going to cost us another like $70 over here. So you're making like what, $40-50. It's not terrible. It's still a good buy at $177, especially someone from the States.
Yeah,
right. And that's not signed. That's true, right? So
yeah, it's blue labeled. Labeled. Yeah, it is what it is. And yes, hype never dies. In fact, you got two of us here tonight. But anyways, let's keep it rolling because up next is Tomb Raider issue 45.
I don't know. Got some Art Germ done on this one.
No, yeah. Thanks. Look, I think Laura Croft needs to get her squat game going here.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's not looking.
But
good.
Her upper chest is working fine.
Yeah, 100%. Who the fuck am I to talk, dude? I've got the flattest ass in the world.
Bro, you don't even want to see how flat mine is.
I don't think anyone wants to see any of our asses. So let's get back to the book. Tomb Raider, issue 45, cover by Adam Hughes. There's 109/8 of this book on the CGC census, but out of the 100, I think it was 72 or 78 of them are blue label. The rest are signed copies.
Okay.
CGC 9.8 at $150 US. Cover price daily shaker. This is a nice little top sale for this one. I love this book. I love the run, dude. I've been picking up. I don't know if you noticed. I've been picking up some Tomb Raider stuff as of late. I kind of want to start trying to collect this run, and simply because I think everybody's aware. I love video game comics and stuff like that. But there's a lot of great covers, a lot of great books, not heavily printed either.
No.
So when it comes to this, I just think it's awesome to have within the collection. So I am trying to get
issue 45. Are you
Yeah.
serious? Like the number ones, I've seen them quite a bit. Like I passed on one the other day for $10.
Yeah.
And I regret it. It was but there was like so many covers on that one. I'm looking for a specific cover for the number one either, but like this one, 45.
I may have scooped up the one you passed on because I picked up 2 covers.
Yeah?
I picked the Michael Turner.
Okay.
I have the Michael Turner in a 9/8.
I think you already have it. You picked up a second one?
No, I have one of each cover.
Okay, no, I just saw it recently, like last week.
Okay, no.
Okay.
So it's not that one. But besides the point, I just think that the Tomb Raider books are great books to have within your collection. Again, not highly printed either.
Especially at issue 45.
Yeah, so many wonderful covers. I forget which cover it is. I think it's the last one where there's that beach cover.
That's right. That goes for a premium too, that one.
I love that cover.
But all these Top Cow books, all these they all starting to creep up. And the problem is I was always this type of collector. Now they're just impossible to find.
Yeah, for sure.
Everyone's going through this route, the video game books and all these Mega Man. I don't see anything anymore.
No, exactly. Yo, Gabe saying that apparently Colin Farrell just won a Golden Globe for Best Actor in The Penguin, and if that's facts,
that's crazy.
Fuck yeah,
that's well deserved. Well deserved, honestly. Great show.
Beyond deserved, and I hope that Aubrey, what's her name? Not Aubrey Plaza.
Don't get me started about Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah,
she's like my celebrity crush.
Really, Aubrey Plaza?
It's because she's like weird, but not weird and freaky at the same time.
No, me, it's Kristen Milotti, the one that played. Okay. Yeah, that played Sophia, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
she's great too. Yeah, she's great.
I'm sorry, she carried that show alongside with Colin Farrell. Like she really did so good. Penguin is amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, but anyways, back to books. Tomb Raider 45, CGC 98, $150 US. Up next, look at this. Ooh. Return of Wolverine issue number 5. Again, I'm gonna say it. I'm not the biggest exclusive collector, but this is a badass cover. Return of Wolverine issue number 5. Cover's done by Granov. It's an Unknown Comics exclusive, CGC 98, selling at $125 US. It's a cover price daily shaker. I love this cover so much. It is so badass. I want one.
This is great.
Yeah,
I'm not even a big Wolverine fan, but I love this cover. This is great. And 125 is not a bad price for. Is this for the Virgin? I'm guessing.
This is the Virgin. There is a trade that's available as well.
But a Virgin 125 USD is not terrible. You're not paying a super huge premium, right? Like if you would order the 9.8 directly from their site, it shouldn't be that much of a difference, right? So
yeah, exactly.
That's great. That's a nice cover.
Yeah, I still, you know what? Like I love this cover. Don't get me wrong, but there's something about Uncanny X-Men 453. The one where Wolverine is in his canutera, the wife beater, and he's on the motorcycle. I said it in Italian like an idiot. Sorry,
honestly, I didn't even know what it was for the longest time. I'm talking about like 20 years. I didn't know what the hell that word was in English.
Yeah, dude, it's a sick cover. Like I said,
someone's like white beater. I'm like, where?
You're looking for the guy. 453 Uncanny X-Men is the one I'm talking about. I love that one. But yeah, you have Gabe saying that he saw this when he was working at Torpedo. Yeah, John from System. He bought the original art. That's amazing, dude. No kidding, dude. Crazy. No kidding. I'm not surprised he would buy such a thing. This is wonderful. Beautiful cover, like I said. I like this one. It reminds me of Uncanny X-Men 453, just, obviously in a completely different setup, but, Wolverine had his claw pretty much down on that cover. So I like it. I would love to have this cover. Very nice. Like I said, not the biggest fan of exclusives, but this one is totally worth picking up. I missed a few comments, so I do want to bring them up. Comic Nation saying, wow, BC went to the dark side. Exclusive infection is taking a hold. Apparently, man, it's not my thing. It's not my thing, but hey, it is what it is. Guys, Izzyverse is in the house. If you guys are not already subscribed, go subscribe to Comics with Izzyverse. Does great things. You're going to see a lot of familiar faces of people who have hopped on here as well. He's part of the Sunday lineup crew as well. Lots of great people go live on Sundays. including Izzy. So go subscribe, show some love. Wonderful, wonderful gentleman. And like I said, you'll see a lot of familiar faces, exactly like Cliff, who, yeah, you will see sometimes over on Izzyverse. But thank you so much for swinging by. Deed saying, wow, the Italians are here. Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry about that. But anyways, let's move on to the next book, because if we're going to talk motorcycles, then we're going to hop into Baker Shaker territory. Evel Knievel, bro. First appearance of Evel Knievel in a comic book. Now, a CGC 9.2 of this book sold for $240 US. It's a Baker Shaker this week. And what's interesting about this is it was actually a promo giveaway. As you can see at the bottom left, it says free on the cover, right? And it was given away at like toy shops and stuff like that. Yeah. Evel Knievel is literally our living Daredevil that I grew up watching, man. I loved watching his stunts, dude. Some of the shit was wild.
Yeah. Growing up, it was like, holy shit, what the hell is that? Yeah, I know. It was. My question is, these I feel like they're only commanding a premium because how many of these are out there in good shape, right? They were given out. You know, people crumbled them, put them in their pocket, went on their way. There's probably very, very few of these, and nine or better, 100%.
Yeah, dude. You know what? Every time I think of Evel Knievel, I can't help but think of that show.
Movie? Oh,
no, not the movie. There was a show. What was his name? Fuck, it's bothering me.
My favorite.
Super Dave Osborne.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Bro, Super Dave Osborne was the funniest shit when I was a kid, dude. I watched that thing religiously. Does anybody here remember Super Dave Osborne?
I think of the movie Hot Rod, if you ever watched that movie.
Oh, dude.
Bro, that movie is two jokes.
We're looking at an absolute legend here, guys. Super Dave Osborne was the shit. When I was a kid, dude, I never missed episodes. Some of those failed attempts at things.
Those were the best. Those were the best ones.
Yeah, it was so good, so good. if you guys haven't watched Super Dave Osborne, go back and do yourselves a favor, because that was my superhero Daredevil growing up, man. Mr. Fuji. But yeah, man, so cool, so good. I think I'm gonna go back and watch that. But yeah, back to Evel Knievel. This is a giveaway, so this was given away for free, man. So seeing this sell in a CGC 9.2 at $240 US makes sense. I kind of want to pick one up. I think this is a cool book to have.
Not at that price, that's for sure.
No, exactly. Not at the price. I obviously gonna.
But if it's a book that I would see, I wouldn't mind picking one of these up for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Steph saying that he
always broke his face.
They've always busted his face. Some shit always went wrong, and some awesome way.
Always.
Yes, rest in peace, because unfortunately he's no longer with us. But man, it was
like before we had Jackass, we had Super Dave.
Yeah. I love how we came into this talking about Evel Knievel, but instead we just went off track. Super Dave Osborne. Fuck! I want to go watch it now, man. Guys, I'm going to turn the stream into a live show of Super Dave Osborne. But anyways, Evel Knievel. CGC 9.2, $240 US, guys. Baker Shaker this week. Thank you, Michael Baker, so much for this book. You really took us off the rails tonight. All right, Flash issue 105. I know you're a big fan of Flash.
I like Flash.
But here you have the first Silver Age Flash in his own title. All right, continuing. And you have the first appearance of Mirror Master. CGC 3.5 selling at $1,091 US. Nothing staggering, nothing, oh my gosh, about that sale. It makes a lot of sense. But it's still a wonderful book to have within your collection. Yeah. I like this. I mean, it's not like we're going to be able to go and pick up the first appearance of Flash. This is more of an affordable book.
Yeah, that's right. No, this is definitely, this is just when the issue 105, that's right, when it just started hitting into the silver instead of the bronze, because the bronze are untouchable. You can't touch those old Flash books unless you want to sell your house or your car. You know what I mean? But, and Mirror Master is still a pretty decent villain, right? And it took them 105 comics to get to him. It's and he's still a pretty solid villain in that Flash universe. So definitely, I still think 1,100 is tad high for a 3.5. But
nah, I'd pick it up. I'm fine with that. I think it's a sick book to have.
That's like what, 1,200 here.
Oh, I don't even care about conversion right now. I
Yeah.
don't even want to think about it. But easily
It's
13.
still a great book, a great villain. I could see it. I could see it going up, but I can see it. I don't see it going lower than that.
Yeah, so if you're wondering what that price tag looks like in Canadian, you're at like 1,500.
Yeah.
50, you're close to 16, unfortunately.
That's close. That's crazy.
Dear Lord, our dollar sucks.
Yeah, it does suck.
Absolutely sucks. But yeah, you know what, Gabe? Great points, man. Very similar with
That is a
Falcon,
very great point. Yeah.
right? Or I guess we could say what Captain America issue 100.
100. That's a close to 100 something, right? I don't know if it's 100
Yeah, no,
exactly.
it's 100. It was
It's
100.
100. Okay.
Takes off from there.
Okay.
But yeah,
Where it
man.
ended the bronze and it started the silver age. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Gabe,
was
man,
cool, yeah.
we're about to become Canada's about to become an American state, man. Isn't that?
I'll take that.
Yeah, that's what's going on, guys. So yeah, hopefully our dollar will get better. But anyways, Flash 105, CGC 3.5, 1,091 US dollars. Love this book. Great book to have in your collection if you're a fan of Flash. But let's talk Punisher, guys, because the Punisher issue 218 is the issue where Frank Castle ends up donning the War Machine armor. Now here we have the photo variant from the Netflix series, and I know that everybody's excited about Frank making his way to the MCU.
Yeah.
CGC 98 selling at 400 US dollars. It is a Baker shaker this week. Now, I want to talk about the Punisher himself coming into the MCU because they're already talking about stuff for John Bernthal moving forward, post Daredevil, MCU stuff. Looks like he's going to be involved in a lot more. They're really looking to invest in him. The creators themselves are very excited for us to see the Punisher coming into the MCU via Daredevil. I'm excited. I really enjoyed season 2. Season 1 with Jigsaw.
Yeah, you're talking about season 2 of Daredevil.
Yeah, season 2 of Daredevil. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
No, that's great. Both shows were great.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
If there's anything I really hope for to be done very well within the MCU, I want to see Nova, but I definitely want the Punisher done
to continue. Yeah.
So well. Like, just don't fuck it up. Don't fuck up the Punisher. If there's
It's hard with Nova because Nova, you can go 2 different routes, right? Depends which Nova you bring in, you go a different direction. But Punisher is one direction, right? You want that badass, doesn't take shit, like that's the way you have to go with Punisher, right?
Yeah, for sure, man. Well, look, you know what? I think John Bernthal did a good job. If you want to be comic accurate, he's not entirely comic accurate.
No.
But I do love the portrayal. You know, if they continue in that manner, I'm fine with it. It was very the scene where he puts his face into the glass on the carousel thing there.
I thought you were gonna say the jail seat, but that's Daredevil, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but this when he fucks up Jigsaw's face, dude.
Yeah,
so good.
No,
so good.
Yeah,
fight scenes, everything that Netflix handled was great. So, like I said, I hope Marvel continues that with the MCU. Please don't fuck it up. Punisher, like I said, is it accurate to the
it's
comic?
Okay if we don't go comic accurate, right? Like everything else, like we were talking backstage about Sonic. Is it video game or comic accurate? No. But was it great? Yes, it was.
Exactly.
Same thing with this.
Exactly. I'll take it as is.
100%
as is. Don't change anything.
Don't change anything. I would take it 100% how it was.
Yeah. And I think that's what they're going to do. I have no doubt they'll do just fine with that. Gabe saying, I was hoping the Fantastic Four was going to be done right, but I think my heart is getting broken again. I hope that's not the case.
A lot of people are sleeping on it when they put the list, like, what are you most excited for? No one picked Fantastic Four, and I think that's the one that has to do the best because there's so much story there to be told compared to the other ones.
You know what? In our chat, Chia Pet was spot on. I think the movie that's going to surprise everybody this year is going to be Thunderbolts. I really think people are going to really be surprised by that one. Yes, Dan said this in the past as well. I do want to bring this up. If Punisher is taking over the War Machine mantle, then James Rhodes takes over Iron Man. Iron Man 170 is the sleeper pick here.
I don't think it's a long-term pick, though. You think James Rhodes
169,
long.
169, 170. That combo is a great. It's great to have within your collection. If you want to go based on that. But regardless, I don't know if we'll see this within the MCU. I don't think so.
Yeah, me too. I would say I don't see how long James Rhodes can be Iron Man for, right?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Comic Nation, I agree, man. Nobody wants to see a fucking cloud version of Galactus. But anyways, CGC 98 of this beautiful photo variant selling at $400 US. I love it.
Yeah. But because of the back, there was a color rub on a lot of the issues. It was very hard to get a 9.8 on this book.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it commands I wouldn't say hefty price, but premium compared to like a 9.6.
Yeah. Great book. Like I said, it's a wonderful cover.
Beautiful
but anyways,
cover.
Speaking wonderful covers, we're going to talk this classic because the newsstand premium strikes again, guys. Check this out. Amazing Spider-Man 316 newsstand edition. Classic Todd McFarlane cover. It can't go wrong. So many homage covers when it comes to McFarlane. Obviously, ASM 300 is one. 298, 299 have also done the same. 316 right here. Spider-Man 1. Could go on forever. But a CGC 98 of this, $1,150 US. Baker Shaker this week, and it's crazy because a 9.8 in a direct, dude, is like within the 400 mark.
Yeah, it's like a 1/3 of the price of this.
Yeah, it's absolutely nuts, absolutely nuts. But hey, it is what it is. Now, I believe there's also a Mark Jewelers of this, if I'm not mistaken.
There is a Mark Jewelers. That's right.
So yeah, like the premium.
I don't even want to know what that goes for.
No, we do not want to know what that's going for, but we could always find out over on Covrprice. 7 Magics in the house. Yes, all the best for 2025. Appreciate you. The Pursuit Wine Bar and Kitchen. Appreciate you being here. Saying Mark was on the show last night talking about it. They paid him less than $200 to do the cover, and then took several months to pay him, plus a number of other shady things. Now I'm not too sure exactly which cover you're speaking about, so just let us know in the chat. But yeah, man,
that's crazy.
Yeah. Have that 218 but 94. Awesome. Yeah, it's beautiful. Mark Jewelers probably around the $5,000 mark is what Michael Baker is saying. But anyways, this awesome cover, like I said, homage so many times. But a newsstand of this in a CGC 98, $1,150 US. We spoke Sonic. You're wearing the t-shirt. Well, let's continue with one more newsstand here because Sonic the Hedgehog issue 0, CGC 96 in a newsstand selling at $350 US. It's funny because this book, yes. Oh, you have it
non-newsstand.
But if you go on eBay right now, guys, you write Sonic the Hedgehog issue 0, you're gonna find so many copies in a newsstand that is available. Yeah. It's not like it was an uncommon thing at this point. So. Look, like I said, there's the newsstands that are available. I saw a lot of them relatively cheap.
Yeah.
I think the bigger concern is that a lot of people actually confuse this as the first appearance of Sonic, which is not the case at all. No. I have seen people state such in the past, and it just, maybe double check on that aspect. In fact, there was a preview book that had come out prior. It was a 16-pager. And in fact, the preview did have this comic.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was basically
the exact comic. The issue 0 comic is inside that one, 100%.
Exactly. So that's pretty much the first appearance. That's the book you want to flock to if you really want. You could actually get some of those previews as well within certain books that were printed by DC back in the day. I know there's a Superman and a Detective Comics one.
Yeah,
it's in the middle of the book. Like if you want to unstaple it and do your thing or pull it out and try to submit it, that's on you. But yeah, man, I think Sonic the Hedgehog issue 0 is a great comic book to have.
Yeah.
Whether it's in a newsstand or not, it's just awesome. Archie.
Yeah, when I paid mine peanuts because everyone was sleeping on this a few years back. So.
Yeah, you actually claimed it like seconds before me. I was gonna claim it off of the guy you claimed it from, and.
I'm trying to hunt down a lot of these old Sonic things, but they're getting up there now with all the movie hype. Everything's like doubled, maybe tripled on eBay, and I'm trying to secure some. I can't find anywhere.
It's not just the hype surrounding the movie and everything else. One thing I do want to highlight is we're gonna get to it. We'll talk about some more Sonic stuff in just a bit, but before we do, I want to show you this. It's the official handbook of the Marvel Universe, issue 15. I feel like this is something this guy right here, Gabe, would really talk about a lot. Now, this is the final issue of the official handbook of the Marvel Universe. I'm sure you guys have seen some of these books in dollar bins, etc.
100%.
They're available pretty much everywhere. But issue
Everywhere.
15 is very scarce. It's the final issue from 1984. John Byrne classic, of course. Classic. I just think it's a neat cover. 14 CGC 9/8 on the census of this book, and a CGC 9/8 selling at 150 US dollars. I think that's a good buy. Again, there's nothing key here.
But I've never seen this book. I always see like the earlier ones, right? Like the 2, the 3, the 4s. I see them everywhere, like in bins everywhere. But once you start getting to the higher end, like 14, 15, I never see those.
Exactly my point. Now, of course, the book, it's the book of weapons, hardware, and paraphernalia. Yes, okay. Each issue has its own theme and things that they dive into. I think this is neat to have within your collection. Again, simply based on the fact, like you said, not one that you come across relatively often. And when you do, in a 9/8 contender, I would say it's less than likely.
Yeah.
There's only 14 9/8s on the census, so it just shows you a little bit how scarce.
It's still a nice cover. The wraparound aspect of it, it's a really nice cover.
Yeah, Baker saying that the handbook was our internet back in the 80s.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So, Dan, I'm not surprised, has this comic. So, shout out to Dan. You have Izzy saying, I love the handbooks and Punisher Armory books are awesome. Yes, they're fantastic to have, man. For myself, looking at these things, popping it open every now and then.
This was Google back then.
Yeah, exactly.
You wanted to look up a character and their things, and this is what you had to get.
Yeah, and I just thought it was so cool, man.
Yeah.
You could say Google, you could say it's like the Marvel Wikipedia.
Yeah, Marvel
back in the day.
Wikipedia. That's it.
So it was really cool, great to have within your collection. And a CGC 9/8 at 150 US, I actually think that's a steal considering there's only 14 9/8s on the census. Not too many, but anyways. I want to show you guys this one, Uncanny X-Force #1. This is back in 2010. This is the 1-in-75 ratio connecting cover by Jurjevic. CGC 9/8, 420 US dollars. It's a Baker Shaker. Now, what's interesting is the connecting covers that he's done. This one connects with different titles. I believe there's Avengers as well, but he's notorious for these connecting covers. Yeah. Take Ultimate Fallout. Look at Ultimate Fallout 4.
He did a lot of ratios in this era, in the 2008 to like 2012, 13. He did all kinds of ratios.
Yeah, dude, there was tons, and those ratios,
crazy in value.
They command the premium, and they're all connecting, right? His connecting covers are just very well done, gorgeous art. The colors pop. Look, like I said, Ultimate Fallout 4, the 1-in-25. Was done by him. It's the whole connecting set for the Ultimate Universe. No, Ultimate Universe. So Ultimate Fallout.
Yeah, 1 to 4. 5. No,
1 to 5.
1 to 5. Yeah.
But yeah, you have the connectings there.
Yeah,
they're great. Oftentimes, well, look what happened with that 1-in-25. I think it's been the biggest drop.
Yeah, I think it's from a 20 grand a book to like a 4 or 5.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, it is 6. Indeed.
You're right. 6. That's right. Yeah, he is right.
Yeah, it's 6. But besides the point, sorry. Wonderful covers. I love the connecting stuff. I think he does a wonderful, wonderful job. This right here, gorgeous cover.
Like Baker said, that's a great team, though.
Yeah, like Michael Baker said, badass cover for a badass team.
Yeah, that's a great team.
Yeah. But anyways, let's keep it rolling. Sonic the Hedgehog, issue 23. Like I was saying, some Sonic stuff. Crazy. These Natalie Fujirain ratios, man, are
crazy, man. They're crazy. There's none out there. That's the problem. I try to buy these ratios.
Yep.
But like every time I message a shop, it's like, hey, you got to order 10 to get the 1-in-10 because I have 0 people that have this on my pool. You know what I mean? And some of them go for crazy premium. Like this one. Look, that's crazy.
But now you're looking at some of the current books. So we'll take issue 75 that just came out, right?
That's right, yeah.
You can pick up some of these more modern
Yeah, $40.
Yeah, the recent issues that have come out, you can pick those up, right? People are starting to come on to these. But when you go back, and now we're looking at 2019, the 1 in 10 ratios.
That's right.
You go back to earlier Sonic stuff. It was not too long ago,
But
but
that's because, sorry to cut you off, but that's because like when you're getting into a new series, like number one, right? Number
Yeah.
twos, a lot of people heavily order that shit. Especially Sonic is not like super unpopular.
Yeah.
But number one, number like 1 to 5, usually 10s, and then everyone stops ordering the 1 and 10s.
yeah,
And then what happens is there's no one's ordering it. Couple shops, or because you can only get it from FOC, right? So how many of these are actually out there for issue 23?
No, for sure. People do that at all times, even now. A title is going to come out. People pick up the number one. Why do you think Marvel tends to do that often? They
Exactly.
reset volumes and just to keep people, buying into some of that shit, which that's a whole other discussion for another day because I feel a certain way about that. But, these earlier Sonic issues, a lot of these, man, people were just not, there's not many of
They
them.
should at least keep the legacy number on them is the only thing I would say. If they're going to go that route, at least try to keep it there. But they keep changing the name, you know what I mean?
Like I said, it's a conversation for another day because even the legacy shit, they tend to capitalize on the anniversary.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So and it's a story that they put in that's not even part of the main story.
Exactly. It's completely annoying, but that's, like I said, we can go on forever. Yeah, exactly. Gabe, if you want, we'll save it for when you come on. We'll have that discussion because I feel like we're going to go heavy into that one. But raw near mint copy of this one sold for $465 US. So just to show you guys what kind of a premium these books go for, and also, factoring some of the stuff we said, this is still high up there. Like this is pretty expensive.
There's nothing key about that book either. There's nothing key about that book.
No, there's absolutely nothing to it. Absolutely nothing. Other than the fact it's a cool, Dr. Eggman Sonic cover. But there's nothing more to it other than the fact of what we were just talking about when it comes to these earlier ratios of the Sonic the Hedgehog titles.
Yeah,
so
that's crazy.
$465 US for a raw near mint cover price daily shaker, and it was a top sale. But I do want to show you guys one more book, Nintendo Comic System sneak preview. This is the preview of the Valiant Nintendo comics that were coming out, right? So we ended up getting Super Mario, we ended up getting Legend of Zelda, and this is actually the first appearance of Link from the Legend of Zelda. CGC 98 selling at $3,500 US. Cover price daily shaker. Now, I don't think there's anything speculation wise behind this. There's nothing at all. In fact, there's
a Link movie in the works, right?
Yes, there is. But besides that, I mean, if you're a fan like I am of Link, of Zelda, the Zelda franchise as a whole, this is a great book to have. Sometimes people like myself, I mean, I flocked to the number one. It's a great issue to have, but it's still not the first appearance.
No, that's right.
Exactly. So it's still a great book, but I personally want this book. This is just
I take this book in a 0.5, a 1.0. I take that. I take this book every day.
Yeah.
Easy, 100%. Just beautiful. As long as it's like not like fucking cut in half, you know what I mean? There's no cover on it. I definitely grab this book. Look, even at $3,500, it's a Grail book.
Yeah. Now, just to give
this book is a Grail. It's insane.
To give you guys an idea, $3,500 for this CGC 98. It's still not even close to the top sale that has taken place in the past when it comes to this book. In fact, the highest known value of this book in a sale transaction that took place was back in August of 2021, and the book sold in a 98 for $8,000. God bless the COVID. US, my friend.
Wow.
God bless the COVID boom, man. Yeah, absolutely crazy. But still, again, like I said, if you're a fan of Zelda or Link, it's not really Zelda.
That's right.
Yeah, you get the first appearance.
I would still want that Zelda number one. It's a book I've always wanted to find too.
Yeah. And yes, Hyper, I did purposely put this on because PACINO was on tonight, so I felt it was very fitting. Jeb is in the house. What's going on, Jeb, brother? I appreciate you being here. It's 2025. We got to get you back on.
You should have put the first appearance of Luigi somewhere too.
Yeah. Is that a thing? Do people even care?
It probably
Do
is
people
somewhere.
care?
No one
But yeah, man. Wonderful book. Now, guys, we're gonna hop into the hot topics portion of the show, and like I said, now every week, we're gonna focus a little more on something related to the hobby and have those harsh discussions. And tonight, we did go through some of the free comic book day stuff, but I want to dive deeper into the free comic book day concept as a whole because it has changed. I grew up going to free comic book day and I would see absolutely nobody there. Very few people there. Nobody was speculating on stuff. Shops weren't charging for books. Things worked differently. So I want to have that conversation with you guys. I want to know what the chat, what yourself, Pacino, tend to do now in 2025. It's a new year, but times have changed and free comic book day is totally different as opposed to when I was growing up, at least. So let's get into it. Pacino, hot topics. You ready?
Let's do it.
Vamos. All right, guys, hot topics. Before we get into the free comic book day stuff, there's some other things that came out this week. So we're going to dive right into them relatively quick. So, first one being Absolute Batman and Ultimate Spider-Man, officially the best-selling comics of 2024. And it's to no surprise, guys. We all saw this coming from a million miles away. It is interesting because I thought, TMNT #1 was going to have a good chance. But when you factor how many of those prints came out of like store exclusives, etc.,
Yeah.
I think that takes it away. But Absolute Batman and Ultimate Spider-Man,
Arguably the two best stories of 2024 also.
yeah, I put it up there. Unfortunately, look, I did say it with Chia Pet 2 weeks ago that I put Absolute Batman up there simply because it's come out strong. It's made a lot of noise on not just the secondary market, but forget the secondary market. When you factor the buzz surrounding the title itself, people talking about this issue, this is something
crazy.
that is good. That is, adding a big pulse to DC here.
But it's crazy because how many Batman IPs have we had in the last
so many
5 years? So
but
many.
fans have opened up to this. They've been accepting of this. They're enjoying this, including myself. I really enjoy Gargoyle of Gotham. So that's a whole other title that people I would recommend. You should be reading. But when it comes to Absolute Batman, the Absolute stuff as a whole, when you look at Absolute Wonder Woman, Absolute Superman, they're doing a great job. This is great for DC for bringing in new readers. It's a good jumping on point. You could look at this in many ways. I think it's great. And it's the same thing when it comes to the Ultimate Spider-Man stuff. Exactly. Trek Wars is on the ball.
Yeah, exactly.
With what I was going to say. It's fresh, well written, and it's an easy jump on point. So that's
I'm
how
with you. I would have it slightly above. If I'm talking about ranking them, I would have it slightly above Spider-Man in terms of story.
Oof. But now, again, we've only gotten 3 issues.
The thing.
Right?
We've
So
only gotten 3, exactly.
We shall see in time. The only reason why I put Ultimate Spider-Man above all is not because I'm a Spidey fan. It's because they've hit with every single issue. I love the consistency. It's been solid all across from front to back.
Yeah.
So I will say, read-wise, it's up there. But there's so many other titles we could talk about.
We could.
We've brought up Energon Universe stuff, whether it be Void Rivals, Transformers, G.I. Joe, whether it be Ghost Machine stuff, whether it be Grommets. I think Indies had a phenomenal year, and I think we shouldn't look over that because yes, we have the big two, but I was finding myself enjoying stuff like Armored, like not because I talk with Michael Schwartz, but because it was actually a good read. You know what I mean? I think Indies did very well.
We're spoiled this year. We're spoiled this year.
We were beyond spoiled, but
we were spoiled.
I'm not surprised to see these two being the official, two best-selling comics of 2024. Yes, Chiapet, agreed. You read issue 12 and your jaw drops. It was absolutely amazing. True on Rejuvenation, DC had very few titles that were must-reads for quite a while. And right now, with the Trinity, we have exactly that. We have, Absolute Wonder Woman, Superman, and Batman. I'm happy to see this. This is great stuff. Anybody that says comics are dead, I really question you. But anyways, speaking of Batman, he has arrived, guys. That's right. Within the James Gunn universe of DC, we have seen Batman in Creature Commandos. So, it's not really a spoiler, guys. This has been going around for a little bit of time now, so we're going to talk about it. But I love this, and what James Gunn said is that he asked them to add more silhouette to the character, because apparently we were going to see a little more of Batman, right? So like we were going to see, I guess, logo, etc.
Yeah.
But he has yet to decide on a look that he wants for Batman. So because there's yet to be a decision, he didn't want to reveal something here, and then when we get Batman,
well, because when you commit to a suit, you commit to the Batman style you're getting, right?
Yeah. Exactly. Completely refused to commit to this.
He did. Yeah. But that's okay. I have nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, you know what, Chia, I agree with you. I'm okay with that, man. Keep him like that in the shadows, etc. Because it's a good way of doing that. I think, build up, kind of like give us.
This is a fair point too, though. That
Sorry?
Spider-Man didn't get padded with exclusives. That's a very fair point too.
Yeah, you know what? Forget impressed. I'm happy.
Yeah,
I'm both impressed and relieved, because not to knock on the exclusive game, but it could be abusive at times, right? So like, I'm happy to see. Unfortunately, the later titles did, though. I will say, like, dude, Gabe, you've seen it firsthand. The J. Scott Campbells. There's so many.
yeah.
A ton, but the issue 1.
The earlier issues, no, yeah, exactly.
I'm happy that issue 1 was left alone. But back to Batman. Like I said, he has arrived, sort of, within the James Gunn universe of DC. I'm okay with this. I'm
totally
just happy
fine
to see
Yeah.
that they're connecting things together already out the gate with Creature Commandos.
Sony should have taken some lessons.
Yeah. Doom was single issue of the year. It was. Absolutely. One shot. So good. Yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
I could get into that whole conversation another day with a deep dive in it, because there was so many good references. Yeah, and the new Absolute have strong creative teams. I think they'll be solid. Yeah, absolutely. But anyways, let's move on from the Batman stuff. Let's talk the Jason Momoa stuff, because yes, he's been cast as Lobo. We all saw the news. Everybody going bananas. There's a video posted by Jason Momoa on his socials where he's reading the script of Supergirl with a cigar. That's right. He's embracing the role already. The DCU film is set for release July 26th of 2026. I think people are beyond ecstatic.
Yeah.
But we agree. It's the perfect casting. We've all seen this coming from miles away.
Yeah. It's perfect casting for sure, 100%. And if you talk to a lot of people, like older people that were reading the first Lobo, they all thought he was wicked, and it's about time we get something with him.
Yeah,
I'm just excited to what. Wow, there's not only a certain route they can go, but I'm very excited to see Lobo come into the DCU.
I was just happy to see people happy about this rather than getting pissed off, right? Because
that's fair.
With Marvel,
refreshing.
No, yeah, but with Marvel, people are always like,
on it, yeah.
Oh, but you recasted Chris Evans. Oh, but you recasted Robert Downey Jr. And I can understand about the Robert Downey Jr. stuff, because it's still puzzling. We're still waiting for more information on that. But Jason Momoa coming back, rather than playing Aquaman, now going to be playing Lobo. Yeah. I'm all for this. Give me this all day. The only thing I will say is that we have now entered the Jason Momoa era, because here you have some of the sales that have taken place on the secondary market. Guys, for the longest time, not just myself, I feel like many people feel the same way. I've said it here. I've heard many people say it on multiple channels. I think we all agree. The key books for DC are very undervalued. And this is one of them. I will go out and say, even though I'm still hunting for a fucking 9.8 copy of Tales of Teen Titans 44, that first appearance of Nightwing is fucking dirt cheap.
Yeah, compared to Marvel appearances of major characters.
Now,
hold
on. If we go back to the actual first appearances of certain characters, like Batman, Superman, forget it.
Forget it.
The whole other world. But I'm saying characters as such that we knew coming into the DC universe, these are super undervalued, and there's
100%.
many more that I could bring up that are beyond undervalued. But now we have entered the Jason Momoa era, so here we are.
I know someone with I think like 40 copies of this book. He bought them all as a kid from a shop.
Yeah, the Guy Gardner stuff
start sending them to the CGC and start flipping some of them.
Yeah, Guy Gardner, Cliff. By the way, guys, Cliff. It was Cliff's birthday. Please, I want everybody to wish him a happy belated birthday. He is a wonderful soul. Thank you so much for being here tonight. He could have been here in another way, but we will have that take place later this month. Cliff, I owe you a nice show. A nice show. Not that type of show, by the way. You're hopping on. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, Cliff. But yes, Gabe said he sold his copy. I would have sold my copy too if I had one, because right now people are paying.
Bro, this was like a $50 book, like maybe at max $100 for the longest time, $80-$90 the longest time.
Yeah, dude, the 9/8 I was seeing hover around the 250-300 mark for a little.
I was talking about raw. Yeah, exactly. So that makes sense.
So now seeing it at these prices, it's madness. But anyways,
it's still not a bad buy though.
No, it's not.
Even if you get it like that last one at $500, is not a bad buy.
Yeah. I still need to pick one up, man. I had the option. When I was at Terrificon. I had the option of picking up the a CGC 9/8 of Tales of Teen Titans 44, or my first cover appearance of Gwen Stacy. So I ended up going with Gwen Stacy because
it's a better investment. If you're looking at strictly investment wise, this Gwen Stacy book is definitely better.
Not even for investment. I've collected everything Gwen Stacy. I have her first appearance as Spider-Gwen in Edge of Spider-Verse 2. Now her first cover appearance.
It's more like something like I know you'll never sell it, but it's always something that's going to maintain value more than a DC if there's no news.
I don't know, man. Well, look, you're talking like Silver Key right there.
Yeah, no, that's why.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer for myself. That's the book I want. But when you're talking Nightwing, I think Nightwing has a lot more.
You think? Well, yeah, but I'm talking about like no news, right? The Gwen Stacy book is gonna sell 9 out of 10 times if there's no news about like Nightwing, right?
Yeah. Like I said, just a book I wanted in my collection. But anyways, let's keep it going because I want to get into that big talk. New look at Tim Blake Nelson as Samuel Stearns / the leader in new promo art for Captain America Brave New World. So we spoke about that. As you can see to the left-hand side, that's pretty much the promo art. And I'm sure you're familiar with the character already within comics. But if you're not, you can see what he looks like on the far right-hand side. Okay, interesting.
Very interesting.
Bring it on. Let's go, man.
I'm for it.
Exactly. I'm excited for what's to come. I'm just curious story-wise where they're going with this. Because
it looks like it's all over the place though.
Okay, so I'm happy you say that because that's what I'm getting at. Is there's certain things like I'm understanding that now we're going to be focused on adamantium. It looks like Tiamat is the center of the earth coming out. Now something related to that. It seems that's what the big battle is going to be about. That's what the war is about. So I'm curious to see where
everyone's trying to fight for that mine or whatever. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
definitely makes sense.
Yeah, but like I said, there's a lot going on. You also have what's his name, Giancarlo Esposito, who's in the movie as well. So there's a lot happening. There's a lot to pack in, and it's interesting because the film's gone for reshoots a few times. It's been pushed a few times. So curious to see.
I'm curious if it's going to be a bit more than 2 hours because I don't know how they fill in all this stuff within that 2-hour range. You know what I mean? Or 148, whatever they do, right?
Yeah,
it's looking with all this stuff news we're getting. It's gonna be like a 2.5 hour movie, pushing 3 hours maybe, but they won't go that route. I know for sure.
Yeah, exactly. I just want to shout out. You need gifts, goods, and books. Appreciate you being here. Tim's in the house. Tim, I haven't seen you in forever. Very nice to see you here in the chat. But yes, we did get Nightwing within TV shows, but I don't know. I didn't feel like it hit
I
Um,
like the Titans TV show though. I'm one of the few that I really enjoyed it. I was watching that weekly.
yeah.
I liked it.
For myself, it wasn't anything too crazy. It was like okay, but what I will say is now with the DC James Gunn universe,
Yeah.
I just think that there's gonna be again the FOMO when you start to see
Yeah.
characters like
100%.
Nightwing popping
Yeah.
into the big,
Yeah.
popcorn flicks. Well, then now we're talking.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
what it is.
exactly,
That's
dude.
what
It is. It is getting pretty bloated with villains, so that's why I'm kind of curious to see where we're going with this. Better to get reshoots and get a good movie. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I ain't complaining. I'm
That's
just
if
I am
reshoots
concerned.
reshoots don't always equal a better movie though.
Exactly.
But at least they're taking the proper steps. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We'll see, man. But anyways, one last thing I wanted to bring
This is
up
crazy.
is Bill Skarsgård says he wants to play the Joker. I think I have a really fucking cool Joker in me. You know what? I'm not even going to say anything. I'm going to wait to see what you have to say. I'm curious to know what you think about this.
Really?
Yeah. What do you think?
I like him. I used to watch this weird, like, I'm pretty sure it was him, this weird, like, werewolf show or some weird ass show. I forgot the name of it, but he was great. He played like that creepy, like, psychotic, like, character, like, to the T. I could see him, like, he might not be like that generic Joker that we know, right? Because there's so many different variations of the Joker.
Yeah.
But I think he can be a top 3 Joker that we've seen for sure. Easy.
I'm happy you said that because
Probably even number 1. He
I thought
rival Heath Ledger for number 1.
really.
But like I said, it also depends on the script, not just his acting also, because that was a double whammy with Heath Ledger. He played a great Joker and had a really good script also.
Yeah.
So now we need the double whammy here. But I really think he could be a top 3 Joker we've ever seen.
So this is the thing is, and Gabe brought it up. A lot of people were saying, yeah, but look what he did with the Joker. Look what he did with the Joker. I've yet to watch Nosferatu. I know that a lot of people are saying that the movie is absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
He's
I
apparently
didn't
in
see
that.
either.
I haven't seen it, but I could understand why people look at The Crow. The Crow wasn't apparently the greatest movie. I've yet to watch it. I refuse to watch anything post Brandon Lee because
Yeah, that was
Brandon Lee
great. Killed it.
did such a great
Yeah.
job. I had watched, I think it was The Crow, Stairway to Heaven, or something like that, that had come out afterwards, and it was so bad. Yeah, it was, dude. Stairway to Heaven was garbage, complete garbage. I hated it. But anyways, I think that the actor has the capacity of doing it.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm not opposed to it. So to say he's going to compete with the top 3 spot there, Pacino, I think
it was Hemlock Grove. I used to watch. It was like some weird like vampire and like werewolf show.
that
It was
he was
great. It was creepy as fuck, bro.
really.
Yeah, I used to
Yeah.
watch that. I don't know why. It was for him. He was like a weird fucking. I think it was a vampire.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
anyways, look, like I said, even Cliff here was saying that he's made for villains, and I can't
Yeah,
help but agree
100%.
because, dude, you look at him. Just look at him on the left. I'm gonna punch him in the face. He's got like a fucking a James Bond villain / Zoolander face going on.
yeah.
Right? Like, I just want to give him a kick to the jaw, but in a good way. You know what I mean? Like for an actor, this is great. I wouldn't mind seeing him as the Joker. Why not? Give it a try. Let's see. I think it would be a pretty cool casting.
So
But
far, James Gunn looks like he's hitting every other thing he's bringing into the DCU, right? So
yeah. Mark Robinson saying he's a great actor, but I'm a little jokered out. Batman has so many other villains, and I agree. I'm okay with
that's true.
I'm okay with waiting. There's no need to rush with the Joker. But
I
definitely,
wouldn't put it in the first movie, that's for sure. If they're
Yeah.
doing a Batman standalone, I wouldn't want Joker the first villain you see there.
Yeah, Gabe, I was a kid when they announced that Brandon Lee had passed away, and I was gutted because, look, I shouldn't have been watching The Crow at the age I was when it came out. Dude, I'm born in 1989. The movie came out in what, like 93 or something like that.
Yeah.
And I loved that movie so much as a kid.
It was a
And
great movie.
Yeah, when I heard he passed away, I was like, "What?" I was so fucking taken back. And then hearing that it was on set due to one of the bullets, not being completely cleaned out.
That's right.
It's such a sad
Yeah.
story, dude. Like it's fucking
Yeah.
gut wrenching.
No.
Um,
And
but
it's not like something crazy like suicide that you hear about nowadays, right?
No,
Like all these
no.
things. It's just literally freak accident.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the movie came out in '94, not '93. My bad.
94, that's right.
But anyways, yeah, still holds up great.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more. One of my favorite.
I still rewatch it.
Yeah,
Great
I always
movie.
go back to it, man. It can't rain all the time, guys. Can't rain all the time. But yeah, anyways, let's get into the hot topic. I want to talk about Free Comic Book Day, and we're gonna unpack some of the Free Comic Book Day stuff. So, I brought up some points throughout the night related to Free Comic Book Day, and I find the game has changed when it comes to Free Comic Book Day. Obviously, wonderful amount of titles. These are some of the ones that are available this year. I'm pretty upset with Theros for not putting Mega Man, but that's just me being biased.
And I'm biased to Diablo.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? Gotta show some love to
Angry
Mega Man.
letter coming his way.
Yeah. I love how Alex is saying he watches The Crow every Halloween, man. It's such a great tradition to have. But yeah, back to Free Comic Book Day. I just want to highlight some things and have that discussion because it has changed, man. And some comments come up relatively often from us collectors to some shops as well. And I just think it's some of the stuff we need to talk about. So Free Comic Book Day, as you can see, so many wonderful titles coming out just this year in 2025. Every year there's banger titles. Yeah. Great books, whether you're a new reader, whether you want to get books for your kids.
Variety.
Yeah, variety. Shops, some shops here, you're a local as well, PACINO, so I feel like we could have this discussion even better. Some shops here locally give you a limit, right? Because
all of them really do.
Yes,
not
but
all of it much, but most, yeah.
In certain ways. Now, example, we'll walk into a shop and they'll limit you to, it's Free Comic Book Day. You can take 5 Free Comic Book Day books, but there's one local shop here that tells us we can go and choose 10 books from the dollar bin for free as well.
But we only get like 3 Free Comic Book Days, if I'm not mistaken.
Whatever it is.
But their dollar bins are packed with all kinds of goodness. There's I don't even know how many boxes. There's over 100 boxes over there.
But you get the gist of it, right?
No,
so
they're very generous.
One shop does it that way. The other shop will be like, you take 10, and then any book after that you take, it's $1 a book or 50 cents or whatever it may be. Some people feel a certain way about that, but we're gonna get into the charging for some of these books in just a second. Free Comic Book Day is basically just
it's to get people in the door.
It's the industry's version of Black Friday, and that's exactly where I wanted to go with that. So
I don't even know if I would compare it to Black Friday, honestly.
It is because most shops, PACINO, they offer deals.
Yeah,
they're offering you deals for Free Comic Book Day. So you come in, you get your free comics. That's great. But then on our back issues on this day, it's 25% off on the
CGCs, 20, whatever. Yeah,
exactly. Right. Like the dollar bins, you can get 3 for $1. Like they using
it as a marketing ploy to get people into their shops.
Exactly. So that's exactly what Free Comic Book Day is about. So that was the main focus, but now things have changed. Especially I saw in the times of COVID, etc. That's where I noticed things shifted in a very strange way as well. Shops were charging, and some people were getting upset. And at one point, even I was getting upset because I grew up in a time where that didn't exist, right? No. I would walk into shops and not many people would be be there in general.
Like people.
Yeah, for Free Comic Book Day, it would be very quiet.
Yeah.
I'm happy to see that now it's the opposite. It's the contrary. It's, you walk into a shop, it's fucking slammed with people. That's great for the hobby. It's great for our shops. We want to keep them open, guys. We don't want them to close down. But
I am against someone grabbing all of one title.
Yes. So that's another thing. Some shops actually put a limit to that. You're allowed, let's say, 1 of each title as opposed to...
Or 5, but they have to be all different titles. That's fair.
Yeah. Now, like I said, the game has shifted. I'm one of those guys that I use my kids to get more books. It's let's say 10 books per person. Well, hey, here I am with 10, and this guy chose these 10 books. Oh,
Yeah.
really? He chose boys? Yes,
He
he
chose
did.
10 Diablos. Wow.
Yeah. But you know, it's changed, and it's a
Yeah.
good thing. It's not that it's changed in a bad way, but I think some things that collectors tend to oversee and overlook. Gabe's here in the chat. Trek Wars is here. Comic Nation here as well. Comic Legion. These are shops. People who have operated in shops, worked in shops,
Yeah.
have seen many things, and I feel like collectors don't realize
They're not
these
cheap.
books, yes, although they're meant to bring in people, it's kind of promoting the shop. There's a cost behind that. So you know, some shops have pre-orders available, kind of like Comic Legion, Comic Nation tonight, that's offering you guys free books. But then after a certain amount, you got to pay. You'll notice prices to those books, and that's because there's costs tied to that. You know what I mean? They're paying the shipping for those books to come in, and it's not cheap. They're paying for those
Especially
bags and
shops
boards.
here in Canada, it's very expensive to bring them over.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, example here, Leftero was saying you can get your free comic book day books now and forget running around. Already there, you're saving, right? You're saving the headache. So for myself, it doesn't entirely bother me to spend, let's say, that $1 per book to avoid the fucking headache of running around. Or I can, you know, gauge better. I could gauge better. You know what I mean? Because I look, another thing that happens come free comic book day is some shops I know here locally, they'll take their books, they'll put them in stacks on tables, and you can go and pick them up, whatever, and then you bring it to the cash, blah blah blah. Other shops stamp their books. I hate that.
I hate the stamp.
Right, so I'll avoid that shop because I don't want my book stamped. Right.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, but it's okay. There's nothing wrong with them doing that. They're promoting their shop. Most of the comic book day books, you're going to notice, have the empty white square there. Most shops will stamp their shit in that square.
Yeah.
Right? So being charged on these books, I don't think it's problematic. I don't think it's an issue. I know that some people are puzzled by it. I was puzzled by it at a certain point when it was...
The worst is the shops that put a sticker, not even a stamp. They just print out stickers and they put the sticker right on. They're like, ah.
Yeah, that's a whole other problem.
That's a reader copy right there.
Yeah, but for the paying part of this, I'm okay with that. I don't know how you guys feel. Chat, let me know how you feel, because like I said, you know, if a shop is telling you could take 10 and then you pay $1 per issue after the fact, we do got to factor there's costs.
Yeah, there's huge costs. Already they're giving you, think about it, that those 10 bucks is almost like $12, $13 Canadian that they're giving you in terms of what it costed the shop, right?
Yeah,
that's pretty generous. If I'm thinking about it myself, look, I wouldn't mind paying, because me personally, like certain series I go heavy on, like that Diablo book there. It's not a first appearance, but I'm grabbing 10 of them, right? The Kagurabachi, I ordered 20 or 25 copies. Like, I don't expect that shit for free. You know what I mean? I'm totally fine with paying $1 for each book, right?
Yeah.
I'm going heavy. But now, like, if you're going to a shop that tells you can grab 5 or 10 off the table, but make sure they're all different. The whole point of, for me, free comic book day is to get people to read the stories behind the free comic. So if you're grabbing 5 of one copy, it's because you're planning on selling it. It's very, very simple, or it's or whatever, right? But if you grab 5 and all different titles, one of those stories might grab you. You're grabbing shit that you're going to want to read. And then you never know. You might pull someone into the hobby. He's like, oh, I really like this issue. Sign me up for sub it. I'll take one every month when it comes in. That's the whole point of free comic book day, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Now, kind of like I said, Gabe's bringing it up as well. You know, you get 10 free books. You go over that.
It's been generous.
Yeah, you go over that. Let's say it's 50 cents, $1 more, whatever. The shops have money thrown into this. It's an investment, and this is their way of marketing, right? That's the way free comic book day works. So I think people oversee that. They don't look at that, and they get upset. So, and I'm
Entry
just
books for every person. 100 people walk into that store. That's over $1,000 that came out of the shop's pocket.
easily.
That's crazy.
On shipping costs, dude. Especially
You think
now,
they
man.
make that on their back issues and stuff? They might make clothes, but they're not laughing all the way to the bank.
Yeah. And Pacino
That's
left
another
us
thing,
reassuring that your
bagged and
books will be bagged and boarded. But yes, some shops offer that, some shops
Some
don't.
shops don't.
Yeah, most of the time they're just thrown out there into the middle, and there's nothing wrong with that.
I talked to Lefteros. I told him, listen, even if you're charging me $1, I think it was $1.15 Canadian, whatever it was. I'm like, even if I'm ordering a stack of 20, even if you give it to me not bag and boarded, I'm totally fine with paying those prices. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I had extras left somewhere
I have,
here.
I
They're
have
up
some
there.
stacks. Yeah.
They're up there. I would show you guys, but I don't feel like moving stuff around while we're discussing.
The Spider-Man Amazing Friends. I have a stack of them.
So I had ordered stacks, and what did I do? My kids, my oldest is now in he's in pre-K, right? So like he's going to elementary school, and he's got his friends. So it's like, here, bring a stack, and here, these are for your friends. You know what I mean? Let's give them out. That's, at least for myself, one way of, if I'm gonna stack on books,
That's what I used to do before. When I used to be able, like you were saying, like the difference from before and then now. When I used to go to Free Comic Book Day, when I first started getting into it, there was a lot less busy than it is now, right?
Yeah.
I used to grab plenty. No, I wouldn't say plenty, but I used to grab a decent amount of books. And a lot of the times, you know what I did? I know my friend, he loves this series, or he likes this character. Throw him some books here. Oh, my friend there, throw him some books. No one would be going to the shops, but I would just donate half of these books, even more than half of these books.
Exactly. Now, two things I want to bring up. Dan saying he always drops coin at his LCS, especially on Free Comic Book Day. And yeah, it's a wonderful opportunity. There's great deals to be had. I saw Comic Chic, who was here in the chat, say great deals. That's what I look forward to on Free Comic Book Day. I remember, Pacino, being in the same shop with you when you picked up that Firepower issue #1 with the gold foil. And it was on Free Comic Book Day.
Yeah, it was on Free Comic Book Day. Yeah.
The shop had a crazy deal. Yeah. You ended up scooping it for dirt cheap, and that's what Free Comic Book Day is, right? These shops are taking the opportunity to promote themselves, to sell. You want to drop coin. Don't just go there and be one of those guys that just takes the free comics and leaves. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. There's some shops where you can go through all their stuff and there's nothing great. But even at that, sometimes I'll just go into the dollar bins, fucking drop $10 here. Take 10 books. Thank you. Have a great 100%. Day. Yeah, like it's just my way of.
Depends. Some shops here, their dollar bins are the 100 books. You're gonna go through. I don't have time to go look through 100 boxes. Yeah, my wife's gonna be calling me every 5 seconds.
No, but I'm saying, you pick and choose your battles for sure.
Yeah, that's it. No,
I think exactly. All I'm saying is people need to factor, Yeah,
I'll drop a bit of coin here, a bit of coin at another shop, and another bit at another shop for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Now, we spoke about the books, the shops having costs tied to this, etc. But another point Gabe brought up is that, this is their opportunity to bring in new clients, kind of what we were saying earlier, and, increase pull box numbers. One thing I find shops lack on in general is customer service. Yeah. Unfortunately, what I see too often at comic shops is the average guy standing at the cash just doesn't give a shit type thing, right?
They don't. Now,
I've seen, our LCSs have gotten a lot more traffic come Free Comic Book Day, so they're constantly on the ball, right? They're constantly running around. But again, some shops, even come Free Comic Book Day, they don't come to you and ask, hey, how can I help you? Your first time here? Is there anything you're looking for? What character interests you? It's things like that I think shops need to capitalize on. I know majority do, but unfortunately there are some that don't. But it is a great opportunity to do such. Now, shifting gears, speculation behind Free Comic Book Day is something that has changed drastically, something I've noticed, especially within the pandemic, man. I saw a lot of people speculating on a certain book. And if you guys think I'm lying, well, there's speculation, but there is there are some books that have popped, and rightfully so. Here, we'll take a quick look, but you guys remember the first appearance of Virus, Free Comic Book Day, mid-pandemic.
Millions of that book. There's millions of that book.
Dude, the highest sale of that book in a CBCS 99 sold for $750 at the time. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
But CGC 99 of One Punch Man. And anytime I look at that book, yeah, exactly. I always think of you because I know how big you are on this thing.
Love
there you go.
Book.
And you even have the Free Comic Book Day label, which is pretty
I
badass. Love it. Put it back up. I want to see it. So cool. That's so cool. But beautiful book to have. CGC 99 sold at $2,500 US on its high, guys. And this is data coming straight at you from Covrprice. So this is not made up shit. CGC 98 of Star Wars: The Clone Wars sold.
There's another book behind that, Star Wars, I think, right?
Yeah, but I don't remember what it is. Do you?
I think it's Avatar.
It wouldn't surprise me.
I think it's something like that.
But anyways, the book sold in a CGC 98 at $500 at its high. And then after you take a look at the Umbrella Academy right there, CGC 98, $540 at its high. So yes, there is speculation behind some of these books. Unfortunately, that Virus book tanked like no tomorrow. The prices came and went.
Those other three are still pretty. The Savage Opress book is still a decent book to find the raw.
Oh yeah,
I've never even seen that Umbrella Academy in person.
Yeah, me neither. I've never seen it once, but it came back. It came out quite a while ago, I think.
No, that's one of the like early 2000s or
no, it was later on, but I just don't remember the exact year. But besides the point,
I thought it was 09, 010, something like that.
Yeah, besides the point though, like what I like about example, we'll take that first appearance of Virus, the Free Comic Book Day, which was a debatable first appearance.
Yeah.
The only thing that really I find cool and yet sad about it is on the label CGC mentions that it says COVID-19 on it. So if you want to show your grandkids in the future and be like, look at what I lived through, bro, this was terrible. That's a cool thing to have on your label. But speculation is a thing when it comes to Free Comic Book Day. And if you think I'm lying, well, example here. Somebody might look at this, what we were talking about earlier in the FOCs, and be like, oh, okay, well, first appearance of Ballpoint, let me stack 40 copies. There's nothing wrong with that. If you're willing to pay the premium or not premium, the extra coin for it, there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean?
$1, but we're talking about $1. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like you're literally buying the book for $1. There's nothing wrong with it. If you're a believer, I don't know why you wouldn't be complaining. But speculation wise, there's many other titles that have come out and done very well in time. We're looking at these 4 right now. Will some of these hit for 2025? Who knows? I think there's some great titles.
They're just printed a lot more than they were back then. That's the only thing.
Yeah. But, you were talking about some of those guys that do show up to the shop and they'll take 10 copies.
Yeah.
If that's the only book you're a believer in, I don't entirely see it as a bad thing. Exactly what their intent is. Yeah. But as the shop owner, if I see the guy take 10 books and not spend a fucking $1 in my place, I would look at him and be like, no, it's one per.
The fact is, a lot of these books, like this One Punch Man, it's like I'll give you. It's hard to say because it's a bit biased because like the ASM, every shop is gonna have billions of that book, right?
Yeah.
Like the Virus, but everyone's gonna have it. So if you grab 10 of that, it's not gonna do nothing. But if I only ordered, let's say, like 50 of the One Punch Mans and you come and grab 10 and then like a lot of people miss out on it, that's where I have a bit more of a judgment call there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why I'd like to the first, like, I wouldn't say like grab one of each, but if you grab 2 of this one, 3 of that one, like just don't grab a stack of 10 of one and leave, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's pretty douchey, but
that's my personal opinion. It doesn't mean it's right or wrong either.
Lefteros is not wrong. In fact, we both did get a package from Legion last year, Comic Legion last year for Free Comic Book Day on their live stream. What they were doing is they were dropping packages, literally like Ziploc bags full of fucking comics. I literally have it here. I still have it out. Inside there,
of books. There was a stack in there.
Yeah. They put like maybe 20, 30 free comic book day books inside per person, and they even threw in some indie incentives for everybody who claimed on the live sale. And that was free. You know what I mean? So
there was also some cover price books, some $3.99 books, $4.99 books.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude.
And some of them were like Star Wars books that were fetching more coin than that, right?
But what I'm saying is it's give and take, right? Like they did something so extreme, like that was huge of them to do, which they didn't have to do that. And I'm not speaking just for myself. I'm just using them as an example. I'm not trying to pump Comic Legion, but you know, they did that, but in return, what do we do? You know what I mean? It's give and take. Like
that's right.
That's where I pre-order my shit. That's where I buy my books. So you know what I mean? It's sometimes there's books, you know, they'll have on their claim sale. I'm like, oh, fuck it. You know, I'll just claim this as a thank you type thing. It's not, you know, a pity claim. It's one of those, thank you. That's a nice book. I'll pick it up. You spend your money there. You know what I mean? Support your LCSs is what I'm pretty much trying to say, because Free Comic Book Day goes beyond this. Yes, as a collector, as a speculator, there is opportunity to make money, but we also want our shops to make money so they can keep giving us
you regularly, right?
Yeah, exactly. Now,
well, look, how do you think I picked up this beauty of a book, right? I think this was when I first started getting back into it, right? I was talking to you. I just went to a shop. I didn't know about eBay last sold. Look at this. Look at spec. I didn't know nothing, right? I was getting into the hobby after 20 years. And I was always into manga. I'm like, oh, this is a cool cover. I think I paid it $2, this book. You know what I mean? I paid it $2. And I remember one of our buddies just looks at us, shit, that's $100 book. What are you talking about? $100 book? I paid it $2, you know? He's like, I've been looking for that book for like 5 years now. You know what I mean? So it's funny how like it works. And then you just get into the hobby that way and you just don't look back, right?
Yeah, exactly, man.
And it was after a Free Comic Book Day. That was the whole point of the story. Like it was after Free Comic Book. I went back a few weeks later and that's how it all started again.
Yeah. But in theory, that's what Free Comic Book Day is for, guys. It's, you know, bringing in some new faces. It's a greater opportunity, a marketing tool for shops to get people through the door, especially brick and mortars. I've seen a lot more online shops that exist offering Free Comic Book Day online as well, right? There's also online shops. Take Comic Legion, for example. They're an online shop. You can get free comics literally as we're speaking now. We plugged it earlier in the show. Comic Nation. There's many shops that exist out there that you can get books literally as we speak. So the game has changed, right? Even though we're not going to these online shops, I'll claim the books, but then I'm always spending a little extra coin, right? Like I buy from these shops anyways, so like nothing changes. But you hope that it brings in new people as a shop owner. I will say, and I'm going to repeat what I said earlier before, it is unfortunate to see a lot of these brick and mortars unfortunately not give that customer service. Like I remember I was after I think it was after the Top 10 show, or it was with the Shakers. I remember we were all talking backstage after the show, talking about that, how shops lack on that aspect. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because, you know, they're just tired of seeing the same shit or whatever, but like, you would hope that a shop owner would be passionate.
Yeah.
I know that the profit margins are not the best when it comes to new comics, etc. I think the bread and butter could be on buying collections and selling those. That's pretty much where it's at.
Yeah.
But, you know, get that customer service level to, you know, top notch.
And shops I go to where I'll be like, oh yeah, this shop is like, I don't know, like we're talking about pennies here, right? Like, oh, this shop charges me 25 cents. But I fucking love the guys that run the shop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm going to go see them first before I go see some other shops. You know what I mean? And it's all about the customer service. Sometimes I'll go to a shop, be like, hey, listen, man, I know you're into this. This came through the shop. I put it aside for you because I know you love Sonic, right? Bro, how do you go wrong with a shop like that?
Yeah.
You can't.
No.
For what? I've handle for like $5-10. You know what I mean?
I've dealt with a handful of shops like that in my lifetime, and it's sad to say, but I could only name maybe 2 shops who do that for me, even to this day. And I think you know exactly which ones I'm speaking of.
Yeah,
they know what you like, and they're like, hey, you know, I saw it wasn't on your poll. I saved you a copy. Do you want it?
Yeah.
Okay, so getting to know your clientele is very important. You know what? I'm gonna throw it into a term that is so douchebag like, but you and I were douchebags when we were teenagers.
100%.
Going to clubs. We would go clubbing like crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm gonna pull the curtain even more back, guys. I started working in clubs when I was 14 years old. I was underage significantly, but I was fucking promoting at clubs. I won't say the name, I almost did.
I think I know which one you're talking about too.
Yeah, but I was promoting. And when I was working clubs, what's the one thing you wanted to do? You wanted to get in.
Yeah.
You wanted to get in tight with the owner, right? You wanted to get in tight with the
Well,
main.
yeah,
The,
that's right.
you wanted to be in tight with the main promoter and
Yeah.
the owner, right? And by doing that, you would walk in, feel like a superstar. You're the shop owner. Once as a collector, you kind of want to have that relationship with the shop
Yeah.
owner, right? You
Yeah.
want to be on a level where you could walk in and feel fucking welcome, and you know the guy well enough to have those conversations like, hey, you got this book, or can you keep an eye out for that book for me? Like, I want that relationship with my shop, man. I think all shops should try to do that as much as possible. But Free Comic Book Day is just a wonderful thing, in my opinion. I think a lot of people look into this too much sometimes. Some people getting upset for the charges that come after a certain limit or whatever it may be. And hey, if your shop is just charging out the gate, it's okay, I guess. Maybe they're having a harder time, man.
You don't know what the story is behind them. That's another thing I'm trying to learn hard in life. You don't know the other side, right? So
Yeah,
you don't have to complain. Just don't. If you're really disgusted, just don't go support that shop. It's very simple, right? You don't
exactly.
need to complain. You don't need to make a scene. Just go on your way or suck it up and pay for it.
There you go. But I will say the game has changed. Look at these sales. Absolutely
Yeah,
crazy. Absolutely crazy. But some justified, some not so much. Sorry, I'm looking
Well,
at
it's because
you.
of the 9.9 premium, right? But
Yeah,
even
whatever.
that's still crazy. There's
But
billions
you
of
know
that book.
what? That fucking first appearance of Virus is still going for like $50 Canadian. So it's not so bad.
Is
Not
it?
so bad. Well, in a CGC 9.8.
Oh,
Not
and a CGC
raw.
9.8. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Not raw. Not
No,
raw.
no, not raw. I was about to. Hyper was about to buy a Maserati.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that guy went all in on that shit. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in. That was the show. I hope you enjoyed some of that Free Comic Book Day talk, man. I'd love to see what you guys think as well. I saw the chat. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Tim, it was nice to see you. I haven't seen you in quite some time, so I appreciate you being here. I appreciate all of you guys in the chat for showing up. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to show up for you guys last week, but you all showed up for me tonight, so that means a lot. We were rocking like 50 people at one point, so nothing but love to all of you guys. PACINO, thank you, of course, for hopping on. Like I said, I don't know anybody more hyped about Free Comic Book Day than you, so I'm happy to have had some of these conversations with yourself. As for myself, well, I'm going to be live tomorrow with Covrprice to go over the year-end review, and then again on Tuesday for the top 10. So definitely subscribe to Covrprice over on YouTube. The channel is growing pretty rapidly, and it's nice to see some of the support, some familiar faces here in the chat as well. I see you guys on the other side too at Covrprice, and it really means a lot to see you guys there. I know you guys like to rag me in the comments section. We have fun with that, so I appreciate you guys. 2025, man, I'm looking to elevate. I really want to continue to have these conversations with you guys, have just awesome hangouts. It's an open door, guys. Whether you're not a YouTuber or a YouTuber, whatever you are, dude, as long as you're a collector or you're a new collector, you're learning about it, hop on, come have some conversations. The door is open to all. I'm looking to have a great time with everybody. We're gonna rock it another year, 2025. Thank you guys for showing up tonight. I hope to see you tomorrow night. Have yourselves a great week. PACINO,
Peace out.
I'll see you backstage. Ciao.
Right. Ciao.